because basically what we're doing is we're doing a fast food tier list where we can talk to each other, and even if we disagree, we're still going to just have different lists. Like, I'm sure one of us will value a certain West Coast burger chain more than the next person. That's just going to happen, right? Ads can go here so y'all can see the left part of the list. This tier is going to be vegan only? No. So basically, my couple things that I'm going to be valuing is, obviously, I will value places that have vegan food over... Like I'll give them little bumps. So basically, if like I will be rating KFC, Burger King, A&W a little higher than other people might because I can eat there. I'm talking to Hugs86. For those of you that don't know Hugs, he is a very long time smasher, one of the OGs. So what are the criteria that you are going to be rating these on, or is it just like taste?
Okay, so I wanted to discuss that. So if we're looking at the list, right, there's a bunch of things that just definitely should not count, right? Like Denny's,
IHOP,
freaking IHOP. I think those are obvious, right?
Yeah.
Now we need to come up with some kind of criteria that says that, you know, one is okay and another is not okay. Because in my opinion, I think it should be any place that typically can have a drive-through.
Yeah, I would agree. That is probably the biggest factor.
Yeah.
Rest in peace,
and
Waffle
I think
House.
that covers everything except there's a world where I want to include places like Subway, maybe. And
well, Subway. Yeah, I feel like Subway's close enough.
What about like? Okay, I'll have to talk to you about this in a bit, but I also want to say like one of the criteria should be that you could find it a lot in a mall food court. Okay.
Like it's possible because I mean, yeah,
but I don't know if I want to rate something like Cold Stone or.
That's also different because it's like it's rating ice cream with fast food. So like we can like kind of, I feel like maybe even like the tier, because I haven't changed any of the tier names.
Okay.
So I'm just like, my bottom one is actually never had / not fast food. We can kind of like rank things in order if they're like relevant to each other. Like we can rate Cold Stone versus like Dairy Queen, stuff like that. Even though Dairy Queen has like chicken tenders and stuff, but yeah, like well, in general, I feel like we could do that. We can also just go by a case-by-case basis.
Let's stick to the drive-through criteria, and then we will
plus
decide
Chipotle.
If we want to include any other restaurants on a one-by-one basis.
Okay, that's fair.
Let's do this. Okay, so for like let's say phenomenal, we're calling that S tier. So we'll just put in parentheses S tier, and then like phenomenal will be the description of what that tier means. You know?
Yeah, I'm doing top tier, high mid tier, and then mid tier, low tier, and bottom tier.
Okay.
Like the old Melee tier lists. So actually, really quick, I do want to note some things. I feel like it's going to be arbitrary depending on which restaurant we're talking about, but there are going to be a couple things that we will be factoring in, obviously, which is taste, I would assume, price, because that matters. Because like there's a difference between getting a $10 worth of In-N-Out and $10 of, I'm just going to go to a more expensive one that's randomly, Boston Market.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's clearly different.
Yeah.
Me as a vegan, I'm going to be rating places that have vegan options a little bit higher because I can eat them now. But I haven't been vegan for that long, so I still remember everything else about it.
I was going to say, have you had like you can't judge a lot of these if you're vegan.
No, I've had most of these. Past? Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. That's totally fine.
But like for me, like let's say Burger King is probably going to be higher than yours because I'm like, yeah, I can eat it.
Right. Okay. Okay, so you're making this like your personal preference tier list.
We can talk objective, and then we can sprinkle in our little subjective seasoning.
Okay, I'm down for that. So we can start off with A&W. Here's the thing: I've only had A&W in Canada. I barely ever see it here in the U.S., and when I see it, it's like attached to a shitty KFC. And I'd rarely eat it here. In Canada, it is fucking incredible. It is like amazing. But I don't know if I guess I'm just judging by American standards, the way we have it out here.
Mm-hmm. If I'm gonna be honest, there was an A&W in Oklahoma, like somewhat close to where I live, like maybe 10 minutes out, and I didn't have it a single time. So I've literally only had it in Canada as well.
So, it's good in Canada, right?
Yes.
So do we rate it, or do we leave
I say rate it, because I mean, if we've had it, we've had it, you know?
Yeah. Okay, I just don't want somebody to see this tier list and then they go to the A&W next to the Pizza Hut, and it tastes like but I'll run it. I'm down to judge it based on what I've had in Canada, but I think food in general, especially fast food, is just better in Canada, period.
Yeah, because the quality of, like, the ingredients, like, they can't fry things in, like, animal fat and stuff like that, so...
Yeah. For me, that was straight up in A tier.
Yeah, I was gonna put it high tier. Like, it's really good. It's super solid. The fries are great. Again, for me, they have a plant-based option, although it is cross-contaminated, so, like, super vegans can't have it, but I still can because I'm still pretty new.
Contaminated how?
It's fried on the same grill.
Oh, got it. Okay.
But it is very, very tasty. Their onion rings. I love a good onion ring. I think variety in sides is super good. Yeah.
Yeah, they serve the fries in like this little like basket. It's actually awesome. Yeah, that place is fire. It's cheap too.
Yeah, very.
Yeah, but if you run into it in the U.S., I'm not so sure that this will apply, but it's absolutely amazing.
Yes.
Okay. This one is tricky for me. Arby's. What do you think of Arby's?
I've always been it's strange because I feel like I'm a fan of Arby's, but I barely went there. They have such a variety of stuff on their menu because they have obviously like the basic sandwiches and like the turkey stuff and the roast beef stuff, but then they have like gyros for no reason, which are like pretty good. So like they have like a very wide variety. So if you go to Arby's, you can probably find something you want. They just don't have a standard burger or a standard chicken sandwich because it's more deli meat.
Yeah, and also I think they're really good at like promotional stuff. So they constantly have something new or something like hot like coming out every month,
and their Twitter slaps.
Yeah, their Twitter's good, but they're never something that I crave. It's like they're kind of like the Kmart of fast food. It's just like, why don't I just go somewhere else instead? I'd never have Arby's as the priority ever.
You basically go to Arby's the fourth meal at SmashCon because you went to the Taco Bell and you went to the what else is there? McDonald's and and you're just like, okay, I'm going to Arby's, this time.
But then you're just like, nah, everyone's going to Hooters, so I'll go to Hooters instead.
I've never went to the Hooters there, like, so I'm thankful for that.
Never?
Nope, don't care enough.
It's pretty shitty, but it's the only place that serves beer after like 10 p.m.
That's valid. I'll put it at least in mid tier. I don't think it's low tier. I feel like the quality's a little too high.
Yeah. I definitely can't put it in the poor tier, the D tier. Sorry, I have it poor as a rating, not like it's for poor people. That's not what I'm saying. So Arby's, it's like, I cannot say that it's bad. No. But it never replaces anything else, ever.
It's also a niche.
Putting it very niche.
Like there's no fast food place like it. There are barely even any restaurants like that unless you go to like you're trying to get like a pub sub or some shit.
Yeah, but then that's the thing though. If you're going for like deli meats, you could go to a fucking deli.
Yeah, for sure.
You still don't need to go to Arby's. You literally never need to go to Arby's. And there's no standout item where you're just like, this is the only place I could get this amazing thing. Yeah. I'm putting it into my C tier.
Yeah, same.
Are you ordering within your tier eventually?
Yeah, probably. Well, I'll try. I'll do like approximate order. Never had au bon pain bread. Question mark.
We're just not even going to put it anywhere on the list. Not even, like, if we put one in the I have not eaten these tier at the bottom, I don't know if you kept that.
Yeah.
I guess that'll just be for ones that the other has, like, so if you've tried something and I never have, I'll just include it on my tier list, but I'll just put it down there. But I don't think au bon pain should be included at all.
So if we've never had it.
Yeah.
Okay. If neither of us have had it, we just don't put it on the list.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's okay.
But also, I've had au bon pain, but it's not even fast food. It's like a sit-down place. It doesn't count.
Okay.
Auntie Anne's.
Pretzels?
Dude, does this count?
We've had it at airports. You know you've had it at an airport.
So if we're going by our criteria of regularly has a drive-through, this doesn't count. But then you go to the secondary criteria, which is, does it exist like a lot in malls and airports? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just pretzels, right? Do they have at least like pretzel dogs?
Yeah, they do. That? Well, they have like pretzel corn, like basically like a pigs in a blanket, but pretzel.
Yeah, them good.
Yeah, but they're really good.
Do you wanna hold off on this one and see like if there's a need to rank it later?
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay,
I'm actually gonna throw these down
on
the bottom.
I moved things around.
Oh, when you were
I moved things around, so my next one is El Pollo Loco, but we could skip.
God damn,
what do you have next? Baja Fresh?
Yeah, I put it at the bottom because I don't know what it is.
Oh, Baja Fresh? You don't know what it is?
Nope. Have you had it? Is it a Cali thing?
It's some fake ass Mexican food. Basically, I have a theory that if the restaurant has the word grill fresh or authentic in the title, it's fake Mexican. And Baja Fresh literally violates all three. It's Baja Fresh Mexican Grill. Oh, it doesn't have authentic, but I'm sure it says it somewhere on their cup.
It's like their commercials.
It's garbage. Yeah, it's garbage, but it's the type of thing you would rank if you're ranking Chipotle. So we'll figure out if we're doing Chipotle before I will put Baja Fresh anywhere on this list.
I'll put it at the at least never had not fast food for now, and we can bump it back off the list later. Is that good? So we have like placeholders?
Yeah.
You want to just put our things, like our placeholders at the bottom, like things that we're probably going to talk about but not yet?
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we can figure it out after.
Okay,
cool.
Next for me was Baskin Robbins, which is basically only attached to Dunkin' Donuts. I've only seen a lot of times attached to Dunkin' Donuts, but if they're attached to a Dunkin' Donuts, they do have a drive-through.
Oh God, who does drive-through ice cream?
Those milkshakes are mad good.
Yeah, but
Have you had a gold medal ribbon shake, yo? That's good.
I've literally
it's really
only
good.
gotten Baskin Robbins for birthday cakes.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
This opens up every other ice cream place, though. Are we gonna rank it? I say we shouldn't.
That's fair, because there's also nothing but ice cream. It's not like there's any... It's, again, like Dairy Queen we could potentially rank because it has other food.
Yeah, I'd say a consideration is that someone in my chat said you should be able to get a meal out of the place. And I don't think you could do that.
No, unless you're crazy.
Shake or some ice cream, but
it's basically you could attach it to a meal if you get Dunkin'. Like you can get Dunkin' and then a milkshake if you're crazy. But
yeah,
by itself, I don't think so.
Okay, cool. We'll just ignore Baskin Robbins then.
I'm just gonna plop it down.
All right, what do you have next?
Ben and Jerry's, which I didn't even know that's just a brand.
Yeah, no, it's like they sell ice cream at certain places, and they have their own branded stores. But yeah, I'm down to exclude that one.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay, Blaze Pizza. I don't think it's fast food. Have you had it?
Yeah, I've had it. It's like, it's longer Chipotle. So like, I feel like we can put that in the like placeholder, because if we end up considering Chipotle fast food, I feel like we kind of have to consider Blaze fast food, because isn't that like they put the ingredients in front of you and then they like throw it in the oven for like 5 minutes and then you get it. Yeah. So like it's similar.
Yeah. Okay, this one I think you've had that I've never had.
Bojangles. Okay, so Bojangles is a chicken spot. Yeah. It's very southern. Like, and not like Popeyes southern. Like it's white people southern, not Louisiana southern.
Okay, got it.
But one thing that I do want to credit it for, because the food, if you're going for like lunch or dinner, is like pretty okay. Like it's not bad. But their breakfast, their biscuits, they slap. They're really good. Like, they're really good. It's like, I had it a couple times going to like Yu-Gi-Oh! Regionals and stuff, because you gotta wake up at like 6 a.m. to drive to 2 hours to go to this place by 9. So I would get that somewhat frequently, like at least like once a month or so. But I think it's pretty good. I think it's somewhere, it's either like the top of mid or like the bottom of high mid. I think it's very versatile. It's pretty strong. And you can get like, they have a bunch of different sides too. Like it's not just like fries.
Okay. I've mostly only heard good things about it. So
yeah,
I can't rank it because I've never had it. So
that's fair.
I'm going to put it into, I have not eaten these tier.
But I think it's solid.
I just hear it's one of the best. It's like among the better chicken spots, like including Popeyes. Bojangles,
well, it's not better than Popeyes. Not better than Popeyes.
Not better than Popeyes.
Okay. No. Popeyes has got like Burger King. Who wants to go first?
Are we saving that for the juicy ones, or are we going? Are we still?
We can save it, because I feel like the big like 5 or like 7 we're gonna like talk about later.
Yeah. Okay. Let's just get rid of all the shitty ones that we're just not gonna do. Okay. Carl's Jr., otherwise known as Hardee's,
which is also on the list.
Yeah, so we'll just count them as the same thing. We can save that.
You think?
I think it's big enough.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a fan of it. So
Me too.
Charlie's, never heard of it.
I think I've only had it at the. It might have been at the airport in Philadelphia. Like, I think it's just one of the cheesesteak places. Yeah.
Are you rating it? I
only had it once, so I can't. I mean, cheesesteaks are godlike. Like they're disgustingly greasy and delicious. Right, like they make you feel like shit after you eat it, but like while you're eating it, it's a good time. I'll probably just do mid tier. I think it's worse than Arby's, but also like a more solid niche, because like people know what cheesesteaks are, whereas people are like, "What's a beef and cheddar?" Like, you know. Yeah, okay. I think it's pretty okay.
Yeah, we can rate Checkers.
I love Checkers. Checkers slaps.
I think Checkers. So for us, it's Rallies.
Yeah.
I think it's very similar to Arby's, where It has a lot of different things that are good. I think it's a better Arby's, to be honest.
It's much better than Arby's too.
I rarely pick it over something else, but I also don't see it around a lot. I think if I'm going to do a little spoiler alert, I think it thrives on variety, but I think it falls to Jack in the Box on that. But
really?
we'll talk about that later. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I think Checkers is much better than Jack in the Box. Because Checkers, I actually had one that was pretty close to my house. It was only like 10-minute drive. And I would go, like, it used to be near one of my locals, like back when I was like in the scene, like beginning, so like when I was like 13 or so. But I think Checkers has or not the best, but like a top 3 French fry in fast food.
Dude,
their fries are so good.
Okay, give me your top 3 French fries.
I'm gonna have to say McDonald's is up there. I don't know what the like 1, 2, 3 is, but I would say McDonald's is up there because it's super consistent and perfectly salted. Checkers is the other one. What's my third one? Let me like run through this list real quick. Good Wendy's fries, but that's hit or miss, and we can get to that later.
Maybe one day we'll do a tier list of just fries.
Low key, Taco Bell fries slap. Like the Taco Bell fries,
those?
I love them. But also they're like less. Okay. They're less like normal. If we're considering Five Guys, maybe Five Guys. But also after like 10 of them, I'm like, wow, it only tastes like peanut oil. If you have In-N-Out at top 3 fries, you're crazy. But you're from like I know you're a big stan, so maybe you do. But I think they're.
Hey, don't worry about me, dude.
We'll get there. Maybe like Zaxby's fries. Zaxby's fries are really good. I can't think of a third. Like it's hard.
I'll tell you the true top 3. The true top 3 on fries is In-N-Out, McDonald's, and Jack in the Box. Curly fries.
In-N-Out's fries suck, but we'll get to that. We're just going to be arguing about that for like an hour.
So good. Yeah, we'll get
They're ass. So anyway, to me, because I feel like Checkers is also really
good,
they're really cheap. Like they're also like Checkers in general is really cheap. Like you get like 3 for 4s and 2 for 3s, and like you can get like a ton of food. You get like a lot. You get probably the most food for the least amount of money from Checkers. Period. Like of everywhere on this list, I think. Unless you're going like specifically dollar menu, but also like they're not even dollar menus. Like they're 2 for 4s or like they're bigger burgers and stuff like that. And they have, I feel like a lot of good stuff. Their chili cheese fries slap, which that's an option that you don't get at a lot of other fast food places.
Yeah.
And then they have pretty good shakes. They have a really good variety in terms of chicken and, I mean, they have chicken and burgers, but I feel like both of them are really solid. Like, I don't think one of them is bad. Like, there's a couple of restaurants, I'm just gonna, like, mention, like, Whataburger. I think Whataburger's burgers are mediocre, but their chicken is really good. But Checkers just has, like, good both. Like, maybe not the top tier of both, but, like, very solid, and it's not like, oh, you're only gonna go here for one thing. So,
yeah.
Like, I put it at least in high mid-tier. Like, maybe bottom of high tier.
I'm putting it right now in the exact same spot, above Arby's on the mid tier. But
I'm putting it above Bojangles probably for me because I'm also just partial to it. I like it a lot. Like it has a lot of food. And also they have hot dogs and stuff too. Solid. I think.
Like if that's like the only late night option, I'm super okay with it. I think
yeah, for sure.
Okay. Are we skipping Chick-fil-A because they're homophobic?
I'm down. Or we can just put them in bottom tier just for controversy. Also, I was talking about this in chat beforehand. Like, they're really mid. Like, they're mid at best.
Oh, I would not agree with that, man.
Like, I think
they're a trash company, but I wish they weren't because I'd love to rank them.
No, I think they're like literally aren't top. Like, I think they're maybe top 5 chicken. But
I think they're top 3. Period.
Okay, that's fair. But but
we won't glorify them here.
I agree. Okay. So, are we skipping them or are we putting them in bottom tier just so people get mad at us?
Oh, let's just put them at disgusting, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Put them at the E, yeah.
Cool, I'm down.
That'll be down. That'll be the clickbait for
people got
the YouTube video.
When I did this, like, I think it was like 2 years ago, people, like, half of my comments were literally just about Chick-fil-A.
Oh, wait, you put one up on YouTube?
A long time ago, yeah.
Okay, sweet. All right, Chipotle we're still deciding on, right?
Correct.
We'll figure it out. Churches. I'm down to talk about churches.
I've only had it like once.
Chicken. Okay, you've only had it once. All right, so there are some things they do well. The main problem I have with Church's chicken, and maybe that's just the ones in my area, but they don't give a about their restaurants. Like they cook shit early, so your food is cold. The places are a lot of times like they don't take care of it. Like no one's cleaning. The food itself, I think, spoiler, is better than KFC. Like, their biscuits are the best biscuits.
Their biscuits are so
they're
good.
Better than Popeyes. They're better than KFC's biscuits.
They might be slightly better. They're around Bojangles biscuits tier because Bojangles biscuits are also very, very good. But they're like, but like Bojangles or Church's is probably the best fast food biscuit. Like I would agree with that.
I need to try that. Yeah,
They're really good.
So like their sides are kind of shit though. Like I remember their mac and cheese was garbage. Their fries are garbage. So really, it's just like, why ever go here if you can go to Popeyes? So it's just like a chicken place that's like decent, but there's really no reason to go there in my opinion if something else exists nearby.
If you're not just getting like 15 biscuits,
Popeyes, then you could go to Church's.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
So for me, honestly, it hits the poor tier.
That's low tier, right? Basically.
It's like
E tier,
the one right below bottom. Yeah, so it's like low tier for me.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can agree with that because I mean, when I had it, it's not memorable. Like I've had it a couple times here and there, but I don't remember it being like, whoa, I'd like to come back here. It was kind of like, oh, Dad wants biscuits, so we're getting Church's because their biscuits are fire.
yeah,
basically.
Oh,
we're rating
Cookout. Do you want to save that?
Oh yeah.
I know you're passionate about Cookout.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll save it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You get my
Culver's.
spiel. We can talk. I feel like Culver's isn't
Culver's.
controversial enough, so we can talk about it now. I think Culver's is solid. I think Culver's is actually quite good. It is one of those things that I feel like it falls prey to, at least for me, I don't really go get Culver's for the burgers. I go there for the, whatever their like milkshake things are. The malts are very good. And then you have, I love their, what would I get? They have like this breaded steak thing on a burger basically, but like it's not steak. Like it's not like bistec empanizado or anything like that. But like it's this breaded meat. I don't remember what the f- it is. But I think it's pretty good. So, I've always enjoyed it. I mean, I get it a decent amount at Combo Breaker, although it does pale compared to Portillo's, which we'll get to later. But I think it's good. Like, I think it's pretty solid. Like, I've never been like, oh man, we have to go to Culver's. Also, they have their, fucking squeaky cheese bits.
Yeah, the,
I forget what they're called.
Like the Wisconsin,
yeah.
like
The cheese
fried
curds.
cheddar thing.
Yeah, the cheese curds. The fried cheese curds. Which, I mean, I'm also in Canada right now, and you know the Canadians love a good poutine, so
yeah,
they're just good. Like that's one of the best sides of fast food. Period. IMO.
I agree. So in my opinion, what is it called? The Butter Burger at Culver's is one of the best fast food burgers out there.
Really?
I think their prices are solid. Yeah, I think it's great. Like it's a really good burger. Like whenever you start making these, I'm gonna be hard pressed for you to convince me that a burger from a certain place is better than theirs. I think there's only like two that are better.
Damn.
I think Culver's has amazing burgers. Their price point is great, and then their sides are amazing, including the cheese curds. I think they're fire.
Yeah. And they have the milkshakes and stuff.
I wish we had one in California because I think it's the only fast food burger that competes with In-N-Out. To be honest.
Maybe I just had a bad one because I haven't had Culver's enough, and I typically get the thing that's not a burger that I mentioned that I don't remember what it is, and I had their chicken once, which I think it was okay. But I remember their burger not being like super standout, but again, that might be the place. So if you trust that they're super good, I will take your word on it, and maybe I got a bad one. So, I mean, I was still going to put it regardless at like high tier / low top tier. Like it's a very solid fast food place. Yeah.
For me, it's going into my A tier. At the top, there's a chance it hits S. I just got to see.
Like bottom S.
Yeah, I got to see what else I end up putting up that high.
But like it might be in like the bottom end of top 10 type of thing.
It should at least be on everybody's top 10 if they've had it. Otherwise, they're lying.
It's really good.
DQ, I've honestly never had. It's never been appealing to me.
I got chicken strips once. They were normal.
Are you gonna rate it?
Nah, not worth it.
I'll just put it under have not eaten these, but because it should be on a list. But
that's fair.
I've never had it.
Because like it's. Like, as far as I remember, it's just, like, a very, like, you know in your head exactly what a mediocre chicken finger tastes like? But, like, not the one that you're disappointed by, but one that's just like, this is good with barbecue sauce, or honey mustard, or whatever your preferred dipping sauce is. That's exactly what it is. And, like, the fries are okay. But it's also cheap as hell. It is so cheap. So, like, to me, it's either, like, top of low tier / bottom of mid tier area. But then they put their billiards upside down, which is cool! Physics!
Wait.
If you get a blizzard, they literally go, "Hey, look, cool! It's frozen," and then they flip it upside down before they give it to you, which is crazy. I'll put it like above Church's.
I've always wanted to try it, but I've never felt like it's worth a meal. I take my meals very seriously. I'd rather eat somewhere else.
Yeah, you're a foodie, so you're like one of like the 5
Alright,
smashers
so-
I would consider like an actual foodie.
What, like Reno? Taco?
Reno's one of them. Yeah, Reno, Tafo. I consider Sesh maybe.
Yeah.
There's
yeah.
like there's 1 or 2 other ones. I've actually never had
Del Taco. Never had it.
Nope.
Okay, I'll do this one.
Okay.
So Del Taco, it's like they have some items that are good, and I hear their burgers are good, but I just don't understand why anyone would ever order a burger at Del Taco when you could just get better burgers somewhere else. I don't get that. I don't even know why they have burgers. It's just kind of like, I think everything they do, Taco Bell kind of does better, except for a few items like their fish tacos and their quesadillas, I think are better.
Well, that's high praise because people love Taco Bell quesadillas.
I love Taco Bell quesadillas, and I think Del Tacos are definitely better.
Damn. Okay. That's high praise.
I think they use more real cheese. To be honest, I think Taco Bell uses some kind of whack imitation cheese, and then they throw it into this little like griddle that like hyper melts it in like 5 seconds.
Ooh.
I don't know what Del Taco does, but I think whatever it is, they use a better tortilla, so it's less stretchy. It's more like floury, the way a normal tortilla works.
Okay.
So I think Del Taco's quesadillas and their fish tacos are hype. Everything else, I don't give a about it. But, you know, for me, if you have something I'd willingly go to your restaurant for, I think you deserve some kind of praise for it.
Right.
Because, like, I will literally never go to churches. I have no reason to.
Right.
So I think Del Taco probably hits my average tier, my C tier, but it's probably going to end up on the low end.
Okay, that's fair. I think I agree 100% because if there's something you're just like, damn, I'm craving a blank, like that's a big deal. Also, I did hear that they have Beyond Meat, so I think I can get some vegan stuff if I don't get cheese. So, shout outs to Chad for telling me.
Dunkin' Donuts, I think that has to count.
Yeah, for sure. It's like who's gone into a Dunkin' Donuts unless you're buying a dozen. Like if you're not buying a dozen donuts, you're not going into Dunkin' Donuts. You're like, okay, let me get 2 and then a coffee or the breakfast sandwiches. Speaking of the breakfast sandwiches, they're so good.
Here's the thing. So we just started getting Dunkin' Donuts out here, and then the only other times I've had it have been like airports, traveling to different places. I heard about it a ton before they got here, and now that we got it, like I don't understand the hype whatsoever. I think it's so trashy.
Wow.
I only eat there when I have to.
I know the Northeast loves it.
Do you not go to Starbucks every time?
I don't drink coffee, so I don't go there for the coffee. And if you go to Starbucks for the food, you're a cretin. No offense.
No, I think the food's way better than Dunkin's.
No, I disagree.
Way better.
Like the food's different. Like
it is different.
It's not really the same.
Yeah, like Starbucks' food is cleaner and Dunkin's is trashy.
Oh, okay. They don't even have the same items.
No, they don't. But
um,
but I'm saying, like, I go to Starbucks for tournaments a lot, so maybe I'm biased, but when I'm at tournaments, Starbucks is the move because they have like healthier options.
That's
they got
fair.
Their green teas, and they they got their sides. Like you could just get some trail mix for later in the day. Dunkin'
you can't say Starbucks is gonna be trail mix. That's a different thing you can get at a gas station, my guy.
Okay, fine. All right, look, but the food items themselves, even the breakfast sandwiches, they got like a spicy chorizo sandwich. Ooh,
oh, do they?
Fire.
That sounds really good. Yeah. I've never had it because like the thing is, I've been to Starbucks not that much if I'm being honest, but like I've always enjoyed Dunkin'. Also, again, for my veganness, they do have a Beyond Sausage breakfast sandwich, so I can eat it again. Which I had one time when I had to go to the airport at like 4 a.m. because I had one of those like 5:30 flights out somewhere. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
We know those struggles. I don't know. I would consider Dunkin' at least. I would give it like mid tier at least. Like not better than that because I mean again their donuts are like pretty good, but also I'm not a huge donut person unless I'm like in the mood for donuts, which I know Kokiri's gonna blast me for because she misses donuts because it's one of the things that are harder to get vegan. Especially like yeast donuts. I think it's solid. I think you can get like if you're going to Dunkin', you know the type of food you're gonna get, and therefore it's like what you're gonna get is good because like their donuts, sure, their glazed donuts aren't better than Krispy Kreme, which they're not clearly. They're not. But if you're gonna get one of the 11 other types of donuts, then like they're pretty good. And if you want to get the sandwiches, they're pretty good. And if you want to get the coffee, I don't drink coffee, so I don't know if it's good. Because the only coffee I drink are, ironically, like Starbucks Frappuccinos, which are not really coffee. They're sugar with coffee.
Yeah.
They're coffee-flavored sugar, like, basically. But, like, I wouldn't put it...
Some good...
I feel like I wouldn't put it anywhere near high tier. Like, maybe, like, at best, like, the bottom 2 of, like, high mid tier.
Really?
Like, at best.
I can't even.
But I wouldn't even put it that high.
Putting it into the average, the C tier.
Oh wow.
I would have to put it like into my D. That's how I feel about Dunkin' Donuts.
Okay, I'm probably putting it.
Want to eat there.
I'm probably putting it below Charlie's, but I mean, there's so many things on the list. We're going so slow. This is gonna take like 5 hours. Oh my god, there's so many things on this list, yo.
But we're skipping through a bunch of them.
That's
fair.
Of
them are wasted space.
Yeah.
All right, Fat Burger. So.
Oh no, I have El Pollo Loco next.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Have you had that?
One. Yeah.
I've never had it.
So have you never had Pollo Loco?
Nope.
Ooh, okay, let's talk about it. Pollo Loco is what Chipotle honestly does better, but Pollo Loco is more in the fast food realm. It's a bit cheaper, but it's a really healthy fast food place.
Okay.
And they literally just take just whole chickens, throw them on the grill, and they cook it right in front of you.
Oh, it's like a Pollo Tropicales place.
Yeah.
Have you had Pollo Tropicales?
Yeah, I've had that. Okay. That place is fire.
Dude, and I don't think it's on the list, which makes me sad.
Yeah, there's.
It's actually so good. It's actually so good.
Like they're missing Tommy's. It's the original like chili burger place, but
who the fuck got a chili burger in a drive-through? That would be messy by the time you got home. And God forbid you eat it in the car. Your pants are gonna be chilied up.
Yeah, it's gonna leak through the cardboard.
Yeah, no. Never.
So Pollo Loco is that, but like I said, at a cheaper price point, it's fresh. Their salsas are hella good. Their sides are hella good. They have churros for dessert. I think it's very good. It's just it's slightly bland sometimes. Like they definitely don't flavor everything the way they should. Like if you're a Mexican, you just go to a different Mexican place that's way better. But I think this does the job. It's healthy. It's good. It's got variety. I think it's the I don't know. It doesn't compete with Popeyes and Church's because it's not fried, so it's like the healthier version.
Yeah, it's grilled chicken.
It's definitely always good. I'm putting it into.
That sounds like a B or C tier.
My B tier though, because
yeah.
I don't think it's better than Rally's or. I don't even know if it's better than Arby's. It might be slightly better than Arby's. Yeah, I could see it above Arby's.
So like it's Arby's comparable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's got its niche, so you actually go to a Pollo Loco, whereas you never go to Arby's.
Okay,
so
that's fair.
I'm putting it in my C tier. Fat Burger. So this one I've never had. I've only had like a bite of someone's, and I've just never been interested in.
Is it fast food?
Relish on a burger. I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know.
Have you had it?
No, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, no, it's like a pretty popular chain for just burgers, but just never interests me. I never hear anyone really popping off on it. It's whatever.
Let's go.
Okay, Firehouse subs. Are we including?
I know Firehouses with drive-thrus.
They do.
I've had a couple, and I've only lived in like 4 places. So,
okay. I've never had it myself, so I can't vouch for it.
So the thing about Firehouse, it is the most expensive sub place, but for damn good reason. It is so like the thing is it's less. As far as I'm aware, I don't know if you can if you can order specific like meats and like it's not. I don't think it's like somewhere you can get this meat with all these toppings. Although I guess you could customize it at some level. But man, the meats they have are so good, and the cheese they have, and they give you a long ass pickle on each of them. And again, as a Jew, I love me some good sour pickles. It's part of our culture, man. It's so good. Like it is expensive. Like you get like a foot long equivalent sub, and it is definitely like $9 or something.
Yeah.
But also, it is way thicker than, let's say, a Subway foot long. Like, it's so good. Like, it is actually so... Like, I had it, like... If I saw it, I would get it. Like, it was one of those, like, ooh, I'm in the mood for fire. Like, it would first off be like, oh, I want a sub. I'll go to Firehouse. Or it's like ooh, I see Firehouse. Yeah, I was going to go to this insert other place, but I'll go here instead. It's so good, in my opinion. Like, I think it is at least high tier. Like, it is very good.
Okay, sick. The only problem I have with just this entire
the subgenre
restaurants is, why not just go to a deli? Like, I know delis that these guys can't compete with, and they cost the same amount.
Because there's like
just go to your Italian deli.
Who knows what... Like, it doesn't have a drive-thru.
Oh, God.
First off. Second off.
I guess, but...
Like, to me, Firehouse... Like, again... I love me some actual delis, but also to me, at least because most of the time I'm getting like deli stuff, it's like with family, it gets mad expensive. Like there's a couple delis near my parents' house that are like, you spend a good $40-$50 on some deli meats with some whatchamacallit, like with some roast beef and some corned beef and some pastrami and all that type of stuff. But like it's not as accessible to a lot of people because if you don't live in New York or Florida, specifically South Florida, or like I guess does SoCal have a good deli market?
I have a good deli pretty much everywhere I go. I wouldn't say it's like our most popular thing, but we're populated enough and have enough diversity where there are good ones pretty much a driving distance away.
But like that's not going to be common in a lot of places. Like I had a firehouse near me in Clemson, which I knew Clemson, South Carolina, where I went to college. Okay. So I knew one other Jewish person. So I ain't trusting any delis that aren't by somewhat of a Jewish background just because they got some good stuff, you know what I'm saying? But so if you don't have access to that, then like Firehouse is a great option.
Yeah. We got a lot more of the Italian delis out here.
Yeah, I've never honestly, I don't think I've been to many Italian Denny's or Denny's. Yeah. Delis. Like I mean also Florida, like I would go to Publix and get a pub sub.
Yeah.
Pub subs are fire.
That place is pretty good. I wasn't giving it the credit it deserved until I tried it. It was good.
Yeah.
Five Guys.
I feel like we we shouldn't rate it, but we kind of need to rate it.
I'd say we talk about it when we get to ranking In-N-Out because the comparison's always there. Five Guys, In-N-Out, and
I'll just put it to the.
I'm gonna say right now, I don't even know Shake Shack counts as fast food.
I feel like Shake Shack is the least fast foodiest of the three. Because, I mean, obviously, In-N-Out legitimately is fast food. Five Guys, I've been to one Five Guys that had fast food, and the other one was in a mall food court, which, again, we said fast food or mall food court. Like, that's mostly where I see Five Guys.
Yeah.
So I feel like we should rank them, but that's going to be, like, in the contentious area, I feel like.
Yeah, we could get back to that. I'm willing to rank that one if it's, like, popping up at a lot of malls.
Never heard of Green Burrito?
Green Burrito is attached to Carl's Jr.'s out here, but they're just kind of, no one really eats there.
Okay.
It's like franchise owner had the option of adding Green Burrito to their establishment. Most people don't.
Gotcha.
It doesn't even need to be mentioned. Hardee's, Carl's Jr. We could get back to that.
Yeah.
Harvey's, never had it.
Harvey's is, I don't know if it's a Canadian thing, but there is one near me right now in St. John's. It's actually, it's a burger place. It's very much it has different toppings than a lot of burger places because what happens is, so they have normal burgers, they have Beyond or Impossible, I don't remember which one, and then they have like just a veggie burger, like a soy patty. But the thing is, they have toppings that most other burger places don't because what burger place has black olives or cucumber? Which granted, I mean, I like black olives, so that's a good thing for me. But like, where has cucumber that you can put on a burger? Like,
yeah. So is it like build your own burger kind of thing?
Yes, basically. But it also has drive-thrus and stuff like that. So in my opinion, again, especially as a vegan, I can have it. It's pretty good. It's very solid. Like it feels very fresh. Actually, Kokiri was like out here for a second before we called, and she was like, "Yo, Harvey slaps." So like, I agree for sure. I think like I wouldn't put it in top tier for sure, but because like top tier, I feel like is like the elite, like 8 or so.
Yeah, we haven't even put one there.
Oh well, a lot of them are probably the things that we've put down. Well, at least one of them so far.
Are you gonna rate it?
Harvey's, yeah, for sure. I will rate Hardee's probably like somewhere in high tier. It's I think it's better than A&W. But also, I'm gonna be honest, I've never had their normal burgers because the only time I've had them was after I was vegan.
Okay.
So I can't 100% rate the burger. But again, Beyond Meat and Impossible Meat, like it's the same thing. It tastes the goddamn same. So like you lived with that set for a while, so you probably know a decent amount about like some meat alternatives.
Yeah, I've had both, and I think they're both fire.
They're good as yeah, they're just good. They're just expensive.
I just consider them a different tasting burger. I order it sometimes just for kicks.
Yeah, all good. But I would put Harvey's in high tier.
Okay.
I'm putting it below Firehouse.
Okay.
But above A&W.
It's in my don't know list. Jack in the Box. We can talk about Jack in the Box.
Yeah, you can go for it.
I'm assuming Jack's, the next one, is the same thing.
Yeah, so I'm just going to plop that below. Or we don't know what it is.
Yeah. So Jack in the Box, I think, has... So I've rated it low before, but over the years it's gotten better and better to me because I think they've upped their quality, and they have... Their thing is variety. That's how they compete with McDonald's and these other places that are better. They just have more variety. So they got like jalapeno poppers. They got curly fries. They got they serve breakfast at all hours, and then they got a bunch of different breakfast items too that you choose from, like burritos, croissant, like sandwiches, and just they got everything, right? They got spicy chicken sandwiches. They got their cheap burgers, so they got $1 menu.
Yeah, they have the
too,
dollar, yeah,
like
for
a
sure.
value menu, right?
Yeah.
And
and
then their desserts are good. They got like mini churros. They got their crazy shakes. They're actually phenomenal at. Oh, they got tacos. Like their 2 for $1 taco deal is one of the most busted. Like that deal is crazy. You pay $5, you get 10 of those tacos.
That's a lot of tacos. That's a shit ton of tacos.
They are fire.
Okay, so are they better than like a Taco Bell standard taco, or like comparable?
Ooh.
But also Taco Bells are more expensive, so
it's a whole different taste. It's a whole different vibe.
Interesting. Okay,
I'd say they're comparable, but you can't say one's better than the other. It's like they fill different niches.
Okay.
They taste that different, and then they have munchie meals that comes with like a burger where they stick a bunch of curly fries inside of it and jalapeno peppers inside of it.
Checkers has that too, except for the jalapeno part.
Yeah. So they f around with their menu a lot.
Okay.
And I think it's good. I think Jack in the Box does what Rally's does, but in my opinion, better. So I'm gonna actually put it into the B tier. It's gonna be my first B tier entry.
Yeah, I think we're gonna flip those because, okay, to be honest, one of the main experiences I have with Jack in the Box is the Jack in the Box that's near the Esports Arena in Santa Monica, which scares me because that area is kind of sketch. Especially when you have hundreds of dollars of
prize money,
equipment and stuff in your stuff in your backpack. So I've had like, it's been pretty good. Ow, that really hurt. I kicked my goddamn desk. But I think it's pretty good, honestly. Like I definitely have enjoyed it. Again, I will say that I am 100% partial to Check. Like I guess the closest thing that you would rank it like in terms of comparing it would be Checkers in terms of like the menu style and like what they have and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay, so for me personally, I prefer Checkers. I've only had Jack in the Box a handful of times, so I'm definitely not as familiar with it because I have tried their tacos, which I thought they were pretty. I was like surprised at how decent they were because like I don't expect much from a fast food taco ever, including Taco Bell. I'm just like, this is them. Like, I know what this tastes like, so I'll get it if I want it. But I would definitely say, for me personally, like I haven't explored enough of the menu because, again, if you say it's about variety, then I definitely understand. Like, your surprise at me rating Checkers so high is my surprise seeing you rate Jack in the Box so high. But because of what you said, I will put it at the top of mid-tier, at least above Arby's.
Okay, I think that's fair. Like, I used to have it around the top of mid-tier, but it's gotten better to me. Like, you can't deny the variety there. It's just
that's valid. That's super valid. And they have, like, of course,
24-hour breakfast. That's so fun.
If you have a $1 crispy chicken sandwich, like, you're good. Like, you're chilling in my book. Like, you're done.
They have a $1 crispy chicken sandwich, yeah. But then they also have their spicy. And then not only that, but it is also typically open 24 hours. Ooh. So it covers the late night thing.
Nice. Okay.
So it's just like they just do it all. They're always there when other people aren't. They're just dependable. They're very dependable.
That's fair. That is valid. Jersey Mike's.
Jersey Mike's.
They're fast.
Solid.
Yeah.
They're fast. And
so I would definitely include it.
It's the best of the fake deli places I've been to. No, that's Jimmy John's. Jimmy John's is the best one for me. Jersey Mike's, I haven't even had enough to rank it, to be honest.
Jersey Mike's has like 19 sandwiches, or like 20 something, or like 30. They have a huge menu. So I've definitely enjoyed it, but it is, I feel like, the heaviest, or it might be. Yeah, I think it's the heaviest of all of them, at least from what I've had, but I've also had, like, the dumb ones, because I'm like, I'm gonna get, like, they have, like, an 18-inch sub, which is, like, insane. Yeah. Like, it's so much food. But...
Are you gonna be able to rate it? Like, you've had it enough?
Yeah, because there was one near my Oklahoma local before it shut down. I still think Firehouse is much better, because I'm a Firehouse guy, you know? Like, I would definitely put it... I think I would rather go to Jersey Mike's than Arby's. Because they have deli stuff, but I'd rather get that than Arby's. Like, Arby's I basically only got at this point, like, at airports. If I'm like, I don't want McDonald's, I don't want that stupid pizza place, I don't want that random Chinese place, like, I'll get Arby's. Like, that's mostly when I would get Arby's. So, Jersey Mike's is, I feel like, better than that.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I'm doing the same, but for Jimmy John's, because I haven't been to Jersey Mike's, really. But I've been to Jimmy John's, and I think Jimmy John's is pretty solid if we're ranking this sort of type of place. For me, honestly, would I put it above Rallies and Checkers? Nah, I could keep it below it, but it would be in the average tier for me.
The thing about...
I would still rather go to a real deli.
Yeah, the thing about Jimmy John's to me is I feel like, in terms of... maybe I just got a smaller sub, but I feel like it's not that much food compared to like the other sub places give you like a decent amount of food. Like you have Subway footlongs and you have Firehouse. Like their subs are just large, like width.
No.
And like Jersey
Knowing
Mexican has a lot, but Jimmy John's doesn't have a lot.
Knowing what I know about you and how much you like rallies and Cookout, I could tell where we're going to disagree on these sorts of things, where I don't think a whole lot of food is a big deal to me.
Right.
So that's why I have
Well,
Jimmy
again,
John's.
I feel like that kind of compares to the price per, food ratio.
Yeah, that's true.
But also, you better still put Cookout in top tier, even if it's not top tier, motherfucker. I swear to goddamn, I'm going to kill.
We'll talk about it. We'll get there. KFC. I'm down to talk about this right now. I think KFC is the shittest of all the chicken places. It's always soggy.
But better than Chick-fil-A, right?
It's, yes, in different respects.
Yeah.
It's always soggy. The sides used to be better. I think they got rid of their potato wedges from what I last heard. And, like, eating there is, like, typically, like, the KFCs I've been to, they're never, like, they're always... Maybe I've been to the ones in my area that are just, like, not taken care of, and they're, like, dirty. And, like, I've never had a good time going to a KFC ever. And the chicken is honestly, even if it's fresh, it's not that great. Like, it's a little too salty. And there's always a Popeyes around the corner. And there's never a reason in my head to go to KFC.
Okay, yeah, Popeyes is definitely better, and I'm not going to deny that. But
yeah,
I will sing the praises of KFC just a little bit higher because I am someone that loves mixed food, right? And one of my favorite fast food options, period, is their stupid loaded bowl thing where it has popcorn chicken and cheese and mashed potatoes and corn and gravy. That man good. And then you get like that for $5 with a cookie and a drink. Decent chocolate chip cookies. Also, for me right now in Canada, they do have plant-based fried chicken sandwiches. And the thing is, of all the things since I have become vegan, the one thing that I crave absolutely the most, by not even a close margin, is fried chicken sandwiches. Like, it's literally like number 1 through number like 25. Like,
fire.
Dude, fried chicken sandwiches are so good.
And you're saying KFC has a really good one?
Their plant-based chicken sandwich. Okay, so if I'm gonna be honest, it takes.
Oh, they have plant-based chicken.
They have plant-based chicken sandwich with plant-based mayo, so I can eat it. At least in Canada, they're testing it right now, and I think they're gonna roll it out in other places. But for me, that's a huge plus. I would have maybe put it in like the bottom of mid-tier / low tier otherwise, but now that I can eat it, and I'm just like, man, I love chicken sandwiches. I miss this. Like I literally got 2 the other day when I was stressed about more Smash drama. But like for me, like I feel like that bowl is so good. I'm gonna be honest, I've never had their bucket of chicken. Like I was never like I'm not really a bucket of chicken kind of guy. Like I'm either gonna get a chicken sandwich or like just like wings or something.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I'm not like a I want
get
everything.
That if like
type of
you're
thing.
dealing with a family thing, right?
Basically.
Which, by the way, if I'm at someone's house and then, when I was a kid or even now, and somebody doesn't feel like cooking and they order a bucket of chicken from KFC, I'm never complaining. Like, their mashed potatoes are pretty good. Their chicken's not bad. Like, I'm definitely okay with it. But do I make the choice myself?
Right.
Never. Ever.
But I think what you're saying
bad.
at the very least is like bottom of mid-tier type of thing. Because you're not like if you're not like, I would be annoyed if someone was like, here's Churches. I'd be like, oh, really? Not Churches. You better have like 12 biscuits. You know? Like, I think it's better than Churches at the very least.
See, the thing is, if that was the case, I would still rather get Churches. Like, I would still rather get Churches in that scenario, right? You're at their house, they paid for it. Someone else pays for it, I'm happy to eat it. Right? I guess the things I would put into the disgusting tier are the things that if someone else bought it for me, I'd be mad that they wasted their money on this. And I wouldn't eat it.
Okay.
Whereas I would eat some things, like if someone came back with some Dunkin' Donuts shit for me, I would eat it.
Right.
KFC, I would eat it. Churches, I would eat it. So to me, that doesn't put it into average. It could still be poor, and I just wouldn't buy it myself. But I would still eat it. So for me, KFC is going into the poor tier below Church's chicken. Because
for me, again, like I've never been like against KFC. Like I would go there and get their Chicken Littles sometimes. I'm being honest. Wouldn't really get much else.
Chicken Littles are so fire.
The Chicken Littles are mad good. So I would literally get the bowl.
They put a pound of mayonnaise in there.
Oh, dude, mayo's so good. But especially, like, specifically on fried chicken, which I don't know. Like, side note, ketchup's the worst condiment out of the 3 main ones. Just saying.
Ketchup, mustard, and mayonnaise?
Yeah.
No way.
I love mustard. And mayo is most useful, at least for cooking. I put ketchup at lowest. Anyway, but for me, like, KFC is good enough for me. And again, especially because I can eat it now, I'm going to artificially bump that because that's a big deal. Like, I can't eat 90% of this menu, right?
Okay.
Like, unless I'm going to get their fries, and, like, that's it. But, like, to me, so, okay, I'm going to assume this is negative, but what's your opinion on a McChicken?
I think it's good.
So it's the KFC plant-based chicken sandwich tastes like a McChicken plus.
Okay.
So, like, that's what I'm basically basing it off of at this point. Because that's basically, like, I can get that, and they have vegan popcorn chicken, too, or plant-based popcorn chicken, which is sick.
I'm telling you right now, the McChicken that I had in Singapore is single-handedly the best chicken sandwich I've ever had at most restaurants, but for sure any fast food restaurant I've ever been to.
Damn.
Yeah.
I forgot you went to Singapore.
That they made it out of thigh meat, like, and you can tell it's so crispy and it's spicy. Oh my god, it's so good.
So I'm gonna put.
I would skip going to restaurants just to eat there.
Damn. I'm gonna put KFC. I'm gonna put KFC right below Jersey Mike's, but above Arby's and Dunkin' and Charlie's and stuff like that.
I put it at the bottom of poor so far.
Okay, damn. Okay.
Panda Express.
I've heard your disdain of your Panda Express.
I'm so down to talk about this. I'm ready.
Go ahead.
I'm ready. Chick-fil-A is getting a neighbor. Panda Express is so fucking bad. It's literally dessert meat. That's the whole menu. The menu is just very, very sweet meat covered in oil and sugar, and then you just feel like shit after. It's just sitting in a fucking bucket for hours by the time you show up to order it. It's so bad. There's only like one redeeming option there, and that's like the pepper beef broccoli one or whatever it is.
Their mushroom thing was pretty good too.
The meat still tastes like it's made out of some kind of like really chewable rubber, right? Like you just
like a Slim Jim type meat
in an unnatural way. There's no resistance when you're biting down on the meat. It's the fakest tasting thing ever. It's trash. If you want dessert meat, you could go to Panda Express, but otherwise, I think everyone should stay away from it. Order something else.
Yeah, I would at best put it in low tier. Like, I think it's either the lowest of low tier or the top of bottom tier, so I can agree with you on that. Like, I've had a couple of decent experiences, but, like, Chinese plus fast food just shouldn't exist. Like, Chinese restaurants are fast enough. You can just order something and then drive, and by the time you get there, it'll be done. Like, there's no reason to get Panda.
I think Panda Express has single-handedly made me hate that entire genre of food. So I don't even give it a chance.
As in Asian food?
Not Chinese food, but Chinese... No, not Chinese food either. I mean, like, Chinese fast food. Like, you show up...
Oh, Chinese takeout type thing?
Yeah, Chinese takeout. Yeah, I just don't order it. I go to Chinese restaurants.
Gotcha.
Amazing.
Yeah.
But, like, the idea of going to a place where there's food already, like, in some kind of tray, and they just hella quick put it into some shit, even if it's way better than...
Oh, like in an airport and stuff like that?
Yeah, but there's also like some mom and pop shops around like SoCal that do what Panda Express does, but way better. But I still don't go to those anymore. Like I don't f with Chinese fast food.
Gotcha. I mean, I can agree with that. I'm ashamed to share one of the names, like one of the words in that with my team. Like, I remember there was a time that people were like, yo, Panda Express getting sponsor Panda Global. And I was just like, I swear to God, if you guys have to make me say that Panda Express is good and you should go eat Panda Express, I'm going to hate myself. Like, I remember that being a thing, specifically, like, in the old days of Panda.
Yeah. I know that my sponsor... Because,
I've seen it.
You know, team sponsors are always down to get sponsored by anybody.
Of course.
But they have me just on, like, half these brands that they'll have a really hard time working with in the future if they ever found out. You know
That's
what I mean?
really funny,
like, Panda
actually.
Express hits them up for sponsorship, and they're like, oh, god damn it. He goes, this up. But, you know, hopefully someone like...
That's really funny. That's really, really funny, actually. Yeah. Portillo's, I don't think this is controversial, so we can talk about it.
Okay,
have you had it?
I honestly only had it once, and I don't remember it, so I can't really rate it. It's a sub place, right?
No, it is a lot of things. They have hot dogs, they have burgers.
Oh, is it the hot dog place?
They have
the Chicago hot dog place?
Yes. Well, kind of. It's one. It has that. It has Italian beef. It has a couple other things. You've never been to Combo Breaker, as far as I'm aware, because their melee scene isn't that big. But God, Portillo's is so good. And if you talk to Sajam or know him, he's in a commercial with that. No, he was in like a Combo Breaker commercial. Portillo's is so good. Like, in Portillo's, they literally have 3 different restaurants, or 4 different restaurants. But, like, they're all Portillo's. So they have, like, you can get, like, burgers and hot dogs and Italian beef, which Italian beef is so good. It's so good. Like, soaked, and just, it has the juices, and it's, the bread is soggy. Like, almost soggy, but, like, in a perfect way, with, like, sweet peppers and onions. Oof. Or you get, like, the hot dogs with Chicago dogs, which is, like, what? Like, relish and onions and mustard and stuff like. It's so good. And then they have, like, burgers, and their fries are amazing. Their onion rings are amazing. Their cheese fries are great. They have great milkshakes. They're just so good. Portillo's is literally one of my favorite fast food places that I literally only have at Combo Breaker.
Damn.
Because I think it's Chicago exclusive. Like, I'm putting it like it's free top tier for me. Like, not even a question. Mm-hmm. Like, it's so good. And then they have, like, this place that has cakes, which is cool. You can get, like, a slice of cake, like a slice of chocolate cake. Slaps. There's, like, a salad place. I've never been there, but I might have to go there next whenever Combo Breaker happens again, because I'm vegan now. But it's just good. Like, everything on the menu is great. Like, I've never.
So you're putting it all the way at the top.
Yeah, I think it's number 1 that we've talked about so far.
Oh okay. Damn, I wish I've had it more.
Like, I would definitely go to Portillo's over Culver's like 99% of the time.
Okay.
And you think Culver's is godlike, so.
Qdoba.
Put it next to Chipotle.
Quiznos does count if we're counting Subway and all that. I think Quiznos, I think they're a sad story. I think they were pretty decent subs, but they had a gimmick, and then Subway's like, wait, we could just get a fucking toaster too. And they just got washed.
Yeah.
They just got washed. They were like,
100%.
our subs are toasted. And then Subway's like, dumbass, I'll just get a fucking toaster. And then they rolled it out in every single restaurant they have. And then Quiznos is just like, I see one like every 3 years now. Like, I barely ever see them anymore.
But they're actually like pretty good.
They're not bad. Yeah,
like,
not bad,
I would probably honestly go to them over a Subway most occasions.
If you could find one.
Again, like, if I don't know if they have any vegan options, but like assuming non-vegan, like past me, like I would rather go there over Subway. But there's a billion Subways and 6 Quiznos, like in the country.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I would honestly put it into the poor tier. I got nothing great to say about it.
I'll put it.
It's great.
I'll put it right below
Dunkin'. Chicken and Dunkin'. Okay.
I'm literally putting it right below Dunkin'.
Ooh, Cane's. We could talk about Cane's.
Do you want to do a Cane's Zaxby's? Do you want to just bump Zaxby's up so we can talk about both of them right now?
Yeah, sure. So I had Zaxby's. So I can't accurately judge Zaxby's because I've only had it twice. Once I had someone else's chicken wing and they let me have it, and then the other time EE bought it for me and as takeout, and I tried it during the St. Jude thing that we were all at. It was like he kept talking about it, told him I never tried it. He ordered it for me. I tried it, and it was good. But the only thing is, it was takeout, so it was just kind of
soggier, colder.
Yeah, it wasn't like fresh as I thought it could have been. So from that experience, I don't think it's fair for me to judge it.
Fair.
I think that there's a chance it's slightly overrated, and I'm not sure how to feel about it. And plus, on top of that, bless EE for buying me that meal, but EE is also a huge fan of Applebee's, so I have no idea how to feel. No, TGI Fridays, sorry.
So I'll let you have your piece on Cane's, and then I will talk about both Cane's and Zaxby's, because I'm very familiar with Zaxby's.
Okay, so Cane's, so I used to have it a lot when it was only like in Vegas and the Southwest, and I thought it was incredible. Then it started opening up in other places, and I feel like the quality's gone slightly down, but that could just be the different places I'm going to. And I'd say that it's slightly overrated by the community, but I still think it's very good. When you get fresh Cane's, it's fire, right? But the problem is I'm not getting it as consistent as I used to get it. That's the problem.
Right.
Like, it used to straight up be in my S tier,
but
with it falling off a bit in terms of quality. And that does happen with fast food places. Like, I don't know if management changes, or they open too far and wide and they have less control over the different franchises. But the more Cane's I go to, the less I'm impressed with it, because it's just not holding up the same. But it's still really good. And,
it's still solid.
For that, I would honestly say it belongs in the A tier still. Possibly high B. I might move it around depending on what my B and A flesh out to be. But,
I can agree with that.
But not as good as I once thought it was.
So, for me, I agree with basically everything you said about Cane's. I mean, I haven't had it a long time ago because I'm not a SoCal native, which y'all had it for a long time. But Cane's is very good. When you go to Cane's, you have one thing to get. because who the gets their sandwich? No one gets the sandwich. If you get the sandwich, you're crazy.
They have a sandwich there?
Exactly. They put their tendies. They put their tendies on bread, on their bread. So
that's the same
just
thing.
Exactly. Just don't. So you know what you're going to get when you go to Cane's rather. So if you want it, it's gonna be good, and if you don't, then you're not gonna go to Cane's. But for me, Zaxby's is slightly, at the very least, slightly better because not only like if we want to compare, let's compare the things that Cane's has and Zaxby's have, like 1-to-1. So Cane's, I think their chicken is. Like their fried chicken tenders are very slightly better than Zaxby's. I'm gonna be honest. I think that Zaxby's tenders are a little worse than Cane's, but very, very slightly. Like, let's say a 90 on Cane's and like an 88 or an 87 on Zaxby's. Like not really that big of a deal, but slightly better. I think the fries at Zaxby's are better. And I think the bread is very different, so I'm gonna put them at even. Because Cane's is like very buttery, very like kind of soft but kind of crispy bread.
Hell good, yeah.
Whereas Zaxby's is like toasted but also buttery. So like it's more crisp but less buttery. So it really depends on what you want. But then the thing is, Zaxby's has their wings. They have their boneless wings, and bitch, they got salads that are actually pretty decent. So like, I think Zaxby's just has more to offer, and they have more sauces than just Cane's sauce, because Cane's sauce and Zax sauce is literally 1-for-1, exactly the same. It's just salty Thousand Island. Like, that's all it is, with a little bit of pepper. It's salty Thousand Island with a little bit of pepper, and that's it. No, they're great. I'm not complaining, but that's all it is, right? So it's the same sauce. But then Zaxby's has a bunch of their wing sauces that you can put on the tenders. So you can get like soaked tenders in whatever sauce, whether it's buffalo, whether it's teriyaki, whether it's their barbecue and stuff like that. So I would definitely have to put, in my opinion, Zaxby's better, because they're very like Cane's is maybe slightly better if you're getting the exact same meal, but also Zaxby's got boneless wings and things, which is basically like 3 tenders and like 6 wings and fries, and like that's just a meal there, which is like godlike. Like it's so good. So I think Zaxby's is. I think they're both in high tier. I think they're both at least A tier. Maybe, again, Cane's is like very top of B type area, but I think Zaxby's is, for me, right under Firehouse, which is right under Culver's.
So that's your B tier?
That's my A tier.
Oh, that's your A tier. Oh, you still put Culver's in A. I didn't realize.
I put it at A. I put it at the top of A.
Oh, okay. So did I. I thought we just straight up disagreed on that.
Well, I thought their burgers were worse, but then you were like, yeah, their burgers are amazing. And I'm like, I'm going to take your word, because if maybe I just got a bad burger. Like
I think the true test is, even if you're not that, and this is the test I'm going to apply to you and every In-N-Out hater out there, is when they say the burger's not that good, I'm literally going to ask you, name a better burger, and then you can't.
Okay. I will, when we get to In-N-Out, I will discuss that. I agree. Okay. In-N-Out burgers are pretty damn good. Like, you told me your order. Like, I think I went to like Paragon or like something, like maybe it was Smash the Record when it was in SoCal. And like, I got literally your order because you messaged it to me, and I was like, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. But then I got 2 burgers instead of the fries. Like, instead of the fries, I got a second smaller burger because their fries.
All right, we'll talk about that. Talk about that. Sonic.
I have some opinions about Sonic.
Huh?
I have some opinions about Sonic.
So do I. I think
Sonic's good.
I think it's garbage.
Oh no.
I think it's so bad.
Oh no.
Sonic, like, you break down their individual items, they're so low quality. I think that what they got going for them is some kind of variety.
Yeah.
But it is so, like, it's like the kind of food I could take a bite out of and then I want to throw it in the garbage. I got no love for it.
I've had some pretty good experiences with Sonic, because first off, their drink menu is really good.
That's where they're good. Yeah.
Their drinks and their shakes and stuff like that are really, and they have like a ton. Like, they have a ton. Like, I just watched the Try Guys Eat the Menu with Sonic, and there was so much food. Like, it was crazy. Yeah. But like, I generally enjoy their hot dogs, but also hot dogs are always like, you can't have a fancy hot dog. It's a hot dog. Like, they're gonna be mixed up meat. And it's delicious, because hot dogs are delicious. And so, like, that's my guilty pleasure, is I would go there for literally, like, hot dogs and tater tots.
Well,
like, that was about
I think you could have bad hot dogs. Have you been to Wiener Schnitzel?
No.
Okay.
Is that bad or good?
But you can f*** up hot dogs. Somehow they found a way. I don't know how.
Because, like, I think Sonic is pretty decent, and then, like, their burgers are meh. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I've gotten their burgers a couple times, but they're just like McDonald's burgers to me, or like comparable to McDonald's burgers, but like less consistent. But also, dude, their tater tots are so good, and nowhere else has tater tots, and their tater tots slap.
Yeah.
And they have chili cheese tots and they slap.
Okay, that might be fair. I'm just telling you, man, the items I ate, like, I respect their variety, but if it all tastes like I don't care how much different kinds
That's
of
fair.
shit you have on
That's
the menu.
totally valid.
That's how I feel about it. Like I look at Jack in the Box's variety, some of that shit's fire. So I praise it. Sonic's variety, the stuff I've had has never been pleasant. I've been to it twice or 3 times. I've given it 3 chances. I probably never want to go there again.
Because for me, I'm personally putting it over Jack in the Box because I've had meh experiences at Jack in the Box. I'm not going to say that you're wrong, but I've been to Sonic way more than Jack in the Box because it was a big, like, if we weren't in a cookout mood for, like, my friends, when we would be playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Code words. Well, not code words. We would literally be playing Yu-Gi-Oh! As well. But, like, Sonic would be one of the places we would go. So, like, I've had fond memories of it. But I could definitely understand if you've had good experience with the Jack in the Box that you think Jack in the Box is higher. I think they're comparable in terms of what they offer. Sonic has a better drink menu. Maybe Jack in the Box has a little bit more food. But I think both are like solid at the very least.
Okay.
And Checkers is the GOAT of the super varied restaurants.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
You just said Jack in the Box is...
Okay.
Anyway.
Well, no, I said GOAT. Didn't you just say Jack in the Box is the GOAT?
No, I said Checkers is the GOAT.
Oh, I heard Jack in the Box. Sorry.
No.
No, it's not then.
Jack in the Box is the worst of the 3 for me, but like not by much. Like literally, Sonic and Jack in the Box are right next to each other.
Wow. No.
I like Sonic. That's not a shot at Jack in the Box. That's just I like Sonic.
Okay. All right. I'm putting it at the bottom of my poor tier.
Damn.
Right,
like worse than Dairy Queen?
It's barely better than Panda Express. It's worse than KFC, Dunkin' Donuts, Quiznos, and Churches.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Starbucks. Ooh.
Take the floor.
I think Starbucks is great.
We kind of talked about this already.
I think Starbucks is great. I think they got a lot of great food items. They got their healthy items. They got their not so healthy items. They got great snacks. They got great drinks. Coffee, like, I'm not an expert in coffee, so I can't say, but to me, their coffee's pretty good. Their teas are pretty good. Their places, like the way they keep their spots are always impressed. Like, they're always clean.
That's true.
Always
that is
a place
true.
where you could go take a shit if you need to. Like, they literally never shut down their bathroom. It's fucking great.
Well, maybe nowadays, but
I'm not really big on talking about service for like a fast food place, but Starbucks' service always great.
And
always
free
clean
Wi-Fi
there.
all the time.
Their
Like,
food
people
is
literally
good.
go there for work.
What's up?
People go there for work because the Wi-Fi is free and constant, and they don't.
Oh yeah, you could.
So like that is,
there.
I feel like that's at least an artificial bump, for sure. Okay,
and then,
I can see that.
Convenience factor, like it's like a place you can rely on for any kind of meal you need.
There's a billion of them.
Yeah. So, yeah, like if you want terrible, if you want healthy, if you want tournament food, I put Starbucks at. Oh, do I want to put it above Jack in the Box? Oh, that's weird.
Really?
That feels weird.
Wow.
That feels weird. But I think it's just because of convenience. Whereas Jack in the Box fits a more of a, I feel like getting down and dirty. Starbucks, I could. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, but I'm putting it in my B tier at least, but I'm not sure if above or below Jack in the Box.
Damn, that's crazy. I'm putting it in for my equivalent of C tier. I'm putting it above Arby's, but below Jimmy John's. Okay. I can see it being higher, but again, I really don't have that much experience with Starbucks, and when I go to Starbucks, it's literally for a drink, for the most part. It's not for food, and I don't need their Wi-Fi. So
yeah,
like,
that's why I feel like my chat's angry at this, because they probably never go to Starbucks for food. But I go to Starbucks for food when it's convenient. Like if I'm on a road trip, I might hit it up. It might be an option.
If I'm on a road trip, I just go to like Wendy's or something, which we'll talk about later, I'm assuming. If you shit on Wendy's, I'm going to be so upset.
I think if I am going to eat there, I'm always happy with it. Like, I'm happy. Steak and Shake.
Literally, they almost all have drive-thrus, but I'm not going to include it. Like, for some reason, all the ones in South Florida have drive-thrus. But also, really? Steak and Shake sometimes takes, like... There was one time I went there to sit down at, like, midnight, and they took, like, 2.5 hours. It's called Steak and Wait, where I'm from. But also, it's, like, $6, so... And sometimes the waitresses be like, if you go there like at the late night, like the overnight, the waitresses don't give a. There was one time they just like we were like 15 people and they were just like, yeah, 3 of you don't have to pay whatever, and we just like tipped them a lot because they were like, we don't care, like who's watching us, which was funny. And if you're really in the mood to just feel like absolute garbage for the next like day, then you get the 7x7. which you can tell what
Yeah,
that is, right? Have you got it?
yeah. No.
Oh, there was one time me and 8-Bit Man specifically got a 7x7 with fries, and then we also got chicken tenders and
Ooh.
fries because we're gross, and I used to be way
God.
fatter than I am.
You know who introduced me to this place? It was
I want to
wife
say
and
Mike
husband.
Hayes. Okay.
No, wife and husband were like all about it, and they introduced it. I had it, and
Did they like
had
hype it up?
twice after that, and
Did they hype it up, or were they just come here?
No, they hyped it up like it was
Ew,
the best
what?
place
Why?
you could possibly.
No, it's
But
mid.
this
It's
was-
just like mid.
This was like 2006,
Oh, okay.
2005
Well,
smash where we were just
Denny's
starting to,
and
like,
IHOP
have
are
any
both
money
better.
of our own. What's up?
Denny's and IHOP are both significantly better.
Yeah, I think you realize that as you grow up, but they were probably just impressed by like
You get a double burger for $5.
their sandwiches and like unique. I don't know.
That's
it was
fair.
stupid. But okay, so that's not getting rated.
No.
Subway. You want to take the floor on this one?
Okay, so Subway for me has gone up and down so many times in my life because, like, wow, it's pretty good and you can get pretty healthy stuff. Wow, all their stuff is kind of just processed and then there's nothing. Yeah, but, like, it's pretty cheap for a decent amount of food. But, like, do I really want Subway? Like, I could just get so many other things or just, like, now that I'm an adult, I can just cook.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think Subway is actually... The one thing is they are consistent. Every single Subway will taste exactly the same as every other Subway. So if we are going to end up bumping McDonald's, which we inevitably will talk about for being consistent, because every single McDonald's tastes exactly the goddamn same.
Oh, I disagree there. Oh, we're going to talk about this. But go
Really?
ahead.
Oh, I just
I
assumed.
disagree. Okay.
But I think Subway is very consistent. So
Okay.
I think it is, at the very least, better than Quiznos for the
So-
sub places.
I agree that Subway is consistent, but they fail in consistency when you have that one cashier person working who pours all the mustard on one half and then just slides the rest on the other side. So you got half of a sandwich doused in fucking mustard and mayonnaise because they don't know how to evenly spread it, right? Like, so you could go to a bad Subway. I'm just saying, but you're
Okay, that's
right.
fair.
Generally, it is consistent, yes. And you can watch them do it. You can even warn them probably to avoid it.
It's
But
worse than Arby's, in my opinion. Like, it's no better than Arby's. It can't be.
Yeah, I
But-
agree.
But I don't think
and
I don't think it's low tier or bottom tier. Like, I think it's at the very least mid tier because it's also like $5 footlongs, even though there's like 3 of them now, and they're all like turkey sub. And who the gets a turkey sub nowadays?
The price
But, like,
is a big deal. The price is a big deal.
It's cheap.
I was thinking about that because there's no world where I like eating Subway more than Quiznos, but the price really makes.
But Quiznos is like 11. Like Quiznos and Firehouse
Yeah.
are comparable, but if you're gonna go to Quiznos or Firehouse, you go to Firehouse because Firehouse is actually
Yeah,
fire.
so Quiznos is one of those places that just doesn't fit anywhere.
Yeah.
Subway, if you want like a good toasted, I like the spicy Italian one. That's my favorite.
Oh, dude, it's so good.
Like I'm down to do that at any point. Pay $5, dollar foot long. I don't know if they still do that, but
There's like 4 of them.
yeah, and like that's fire. That might be 2 meals for the day. I don't know, but
Yeah.
I think it's solid.
Great, like college
but the
studying
thing is-
meal.
But the thing is, yeah, like it's like when people praise it for healthiness, it's like it's so like everything's processed. It's
not healthy.
Clearly not good for you.
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Like I would put it. I'm
but if
putting it
you're
at like
trying
the
to lose
lower
weight,
end of
I
mid
guess it's
tier.
okay. What's up?
I'm putting it at the lower end of mid tier.
I could agree with that. I might put it at the top of my low tier.
That's fair.
might
Yeah, I think
put it
that's
at the top
comparable.
of my
Because
list,
Quiznos for me
because-
is at the bottom of mid tier. So
Yeah, because everything on average, I would be willing to order on my own. Whereas Subway, I'd need a little bit of convincing.
Hmm.
And then I will always take a sub if someone's offering.
yeah, for sure. Subs are like all
Right.
subs are like decent. Like I would never be like no.
Yeah.
Like and also Subway for me, like at least they did for a little bit have Beyond Meatballs, which was really good because I could eat there again without like oh you're getting you're just only getting
shit, they have
vegetables.
Beyond Meatballs too now? Damn,
They
they're
did.
really-
They did. They got
Oh,
rid of
they
them. It
used
seems like on like DoorDash and stuff like that. But I don't know if they actually got rid of them or not. But they were pretty good, so I got Subway a couple times. Because also their sweet onion sauce is fire.
Their what sauce?
The sweet onion sauce,
Ah, okay, yeah.
fire. But that's low mid tier. Taco Bell,
Okay.
I'm assuming we're talking about
Or-
later.
Tim Hortons.
If we're talking about Starbucks, I feel like we have
much
to talk
like a
about
Dunkin'
it.
Donuts. Yeah. Tim Hortons, I think, is a better Dunkin' Donuts to me, but I still don't get it. I still don't get the love. Although
Timbits
Canadians love it, and they might be better up there.
Timbits?
Like, Timbits are good.
are slap.
And then their
But-
food is whatever. Like I still think Starbucks is better than both of these.
To be honest, have had
I'm
very pleasant experiences with Tim Hortons. Granted, I haven't been there like a ton, because again, I don't drink coffee, and that would be the main reason you go. And again, at this point, vegan, don't eat the donuts because most donuts have like milk or eggs in them. But the times that I did enjoy it before I was vegan, it's just solid, and I feel like they have comparable food to Dunkin' Donuts, but probably a little bit better. So to me, I'm putting it, because I've never personally had really good experiences with Starbucks, I'm going to put Tim Hortons above Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts. It's going to be, to me, right below KFC.
Okay. For me, I'm putting it right above Dunkin' Donuts, below Quiznos and all that.
That's fair.
I'm putting it in my low tier. I have no desire to eat there ever. White Castle. We can talk about White Castle.
Dude, okay, I love White Castle.
I think White Castle is good, but holy shit, after you're done eating it, it is like there's a
you're on the toilet.
It gives you diarrhea, but it definitely does.
But like it's worth it. I'm putting it at least in high mid tier because even though I'm gonna be honest, it's not super great, but like the novelty of it makes you feel so good eating it. Plus, they're just like, oh, like if you're being like an asshole and you're being like, oh, bravado and chismoso and that. You're like, yo, but I can eat more burgers than you can. You just fucking eat like 12. Also, they have Beyond Meat for me, which is good.
So it's like it's an experience for you.
Yeah, like I would put it in high mid tier, like which is a pretty small tier for me because it's literally Checkers, Bojangles, and now White Castle.
I got a lot in my mid tier.
That's high mid tier. That's my B tier.
I'm putting it below. Actually, I'll put it below Arby's and Del Taco. Like I think it's.
I like White Castle
I'll order
a lot.
and it's like I'd rather pick other burger places. But if I had to choose something that was out there and different, I think I'd rather eat Arby's. Than White
Really?
Castle. But yeah,
but I like White Castle. White Castle's fun. Like it's the most fun thing. I also
like
eat.
Arby's. It's just I never have a reason to eat it. But like if I had to, if like that was.
White Castle just exists at Big House, and that's gonna be. I'm gonna be honest. That's one of the only times I have it.
Yeah, right.
That and like when I would go to Evo sometimes.
Yeah, the only times I could have White Castle is when I'm traveling in a place that doesn't have the other places that I like more.
That's fair.
And I'm always okay with it. But like, if they existed here in Cali, I'll tell you, I'll probably never go to White Castle and all these other things.
That's fair.
Okay.
Wiener Schnitzel.
Wiener Schnitzel.
Never
you haven't
had
it, right?
Nope.
Absolute garbage. It's the only place that can mess up hot dogs. I don't understand.
How do you mess up hot dogs? You just microwave them and they're good.
They boil them completely. I think they boil their hot dogs first of all, and like it's like they got. You know how when you bite into the skin, it's got like a little crunch?
Yeah,
But this one doesn't do it right. It's like more of a stale crunch. I don't know. It's just like
soggy lettuce crunch.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like the whole theme of the restaurant is just hot dogs, corn dogs, and their corn dogs aren't even that good.
Sonic has better corn dogs.
They got chili. Their chili's weak. There's really no reason to go here ever.
So basically, it's Sonic, but with a fifth of the menu, and it's only hot dogs, but Sonic is better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I could say that. Yeah.
Okay.
There's really no reason to go there.
And you don't even like Sonic, so that's like...
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm actually putting it below Panda Express. So
damn.
Right now...
Wow! So it's bottom 3?
Right now, it is my worst in terms of the food taste. My worst is Chick-fil-A, but that's because they are homophobic. But Wiener Schnitzel is the worst when it comes to actual food, in my opinion.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And the last thing I have is Zoe's Kitchen.
Yeah, never heard of it.
I've had it. It was actually right next to our Chipotle in Oklahoma. It's actually really good. So I don't remember which one you were talking about, but it's like the healthier type of option where it's like, oh, they have falafel and they have grilled chicken and stuff like that. And honestly, the couple times I went there were like pretty solid. Like they have, it's more like it's a Mediterranean type of place. So they have they have falafel and they have some lamb and they have like tzatziki sauce.
Yeah,
which is very good.
Kind of like I don't know if you've had Zanku chicken or something.
Never had it. Never had it.
Okay.
But like I very much enjoyed Zoe's Kitchen. Like I don't know why I didn't go there more. Probably because Chipotle was just faster, like a little bit. Which but Zoe's Kitchen was good. It was very good to me. But Chipotle, if we count it, is like clearly very up there, whereas Zoe's is like high mid tier. So why, but granted, very different, but like I'm not often in the mood for falafel, especially considering it's not like this actual like Mediterranean place with like a falafel wrap with this delicious ass hummus and like this cucumber tomato mix and like all that stuff, right? But it was good, but it was very solid. So
okay, is it like a fast food or like
it has a drive-through? It can be. It has a drive. It's basically drive-through Chipotle. Like it can be either.
I'll have to try it.
And I think that's the majority of the list, and we obviously have to talk about
So
all
now
the
we're
things.
talking about the juicy ones.
Yes. Okay, so...
Yeah.
Really quick, because I don't know if it's juicy, but are we going to consider Chipotle and that?
I'm down to quickly consider it. In my opinion, it shouldn't count if there are... I've never seen a drive-through one. They are at malls, but not like exclusively at malls. I would say they're just more everywhere else besides malls. It's kind of, well, the thing is, it's kind of like a Subway, though. That's the problem. But at Chipotle, don't they give you a number sometimes and they bring it to you? No, they never.
I've never had that.
But they service your tables. Oh, but so does Chick-fil-A and other places. Does it count? Does it have to count?
I think
what about the price point?
It's in like it's in the strangest middle ground. Because I could definitely understand if you don't or if you do.
Let me ask you this: if you do count it, does that not mean that we have to count Shake Shack too?
Well, Shake Shack still isn't like Shake Shack, Five Guys type thing.
Yeah.
To be fair, would that make a better list? Because if we ignore them, people are going to be like, "Oh, you didn't add Chipotle or Shake Shack? Like, what the? Like, what about Five Guys?"
Okay, all right, fine. I'm down. Okay.
So I'm going to say...
Here's the problem, dude. Like, okay, so if we do Chipotle, we have to do Five Guys, we have to do Shake Shack, and then we have to do Qdoba.
And Moe's.
Baja Fresh.
Never had that one.
Okay.
We can just ignore that one. No one knows what it is.
Okay, all right, let's do...
So, Chipotle, Qdoba, Moe's next?
Chipotle, Qdoba, Moe's. We can do that right now.
So, I'm going to be 100% honest.
Okay.
While I do enjoy a good Chipotle, I think it is not the best of these Mexican type restaurants. I think Qdoba is the best of them. Prague would love me. I think Qdoba, it's not as much food, I'm going to be honest. But again, Chipotle food is like egregious amounts of food. Like, it's not even like, oh, you're getting a lot of food, it's bang for your buck. Like, it's too much food. Like, I'm going to be honest, I've ate all of it, but then I'm like, wow, I'm so full, right? So, I think Chipotle is still high tier. I would probably put it right below Culver's, if I'm being honest. But to me, Qdoba is literally just one spot higher, and then Moe's is like in high mid tier, because Moe's has the best queso of the three. Chipotle queso doesn't exist, and we're going to ignore the fact that it exists entirely because it's but Chipotle has decent grilled meats, but Qdoba, huh?
Chipotle sucks.
Yeah, no, Kokiri doesn't like Chipotle.
Y'all don't grill your burritos.
in Canada, they like when you get a burrito and they fill it, then they grill it again.
Ooh.
Whereas none of these places do that for some reason. So like since she showed me
a burrito just full of a bunch of cold toppings.
To be fair, the only cold topping is the guac,
right?
And the tomatoes.
But like,
and the cheese. So she's right.
The tortilla is cold.
She is 100% right.
Like they're depending on the meat to make it hot.
Not a burrito. It's not hot.
To make it hot.
Yeah, basically.
It's definitely cold.
Yeah, like she's definitely right about that. But also, I don't get burritos at Chipotle. I get the burrito bowls,
also,
which is a little bit
that good.
Either. Like I get those, which are a little different.
Subpar.
We have a burrito place here called like there's two. There's one called Mucho Burrito and one called Jack's Burrito that are like both probably better than any of these. But like they're not on the list, so whatever. But I think Qdoba is the best because they have the best queso of the three. They have really fresh ingredients, a lot of choice. It's just good. It's just really solid. I think it's just better than Chipotle. Chipotle has like better steak, but also I was never really someone that got steak at Chipotle. I would even before I was vegan, I would get like half chicken, half sofritas, like their tofu, because it slaps. Like it's super good. Like I literally think even like again being vegan aside, that their sofritas are like are probably their best meat or like top 2 meat with their chicken.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. It's one of the comments I have on Chipotle is that I hate it because I think any Mexican spot or one that pretends to be Mexican should have their steak down, and they don't. Their chicken is infinitely better, which is funny because at most Mexican places, the chicken's
the worst thing.
Largely exists to appease people who are unwilling to eat things that are ethnic.
Yeah, like whatchamacallit, churrasco or things like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
Or like al pastor and things like that.
Dude, al pastor's so good.
The chicken's there literally to appease people who just don't want to try anything weird.
White people.
Yes. But the
Can I get chicken fajitas, please?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, those kinds of people. It's funny. There's a sign at this chain called King Taco, which actually King Taco should be on this list, but it's like they have their meat list, and it's like al pastor, asada, buche, sesos, and then at the very end it says chicken. It's like the only one that's not written in Spanish.
It's just English. That's really funny. That's really funny, actually.
Yeah.
Hey,
but,
Chad, I'm half Cuban. Don't lump me in with all the other white people. I'm white as but...
Yeah. So, for me, Chipotle... so, here's the problem. I've never eaten at Moe's, and I've eaten at Qdoba once, and I remember liking it more than Chipotle, but I can't really
accurately
rate
rank it
because I also forgot about it, right?
That's
so
fair.
It's like, if I have it again right now, I could tell you right away. But with that in mind, I think Chipotle does a lot of things well. It's just, I see no reason to eat there most of the time. I usually do it when a friend's going, and then I'm like, sure, you can pick me up something, and then I eat it. But I'll rarely go there on my own. I think their chicken is good. I think their guacamole and chips are actually fire, but they used to be better. I think they changed their chips, but they got this little like lime.
The lime chip,
that's so good. That's actually really good. And
Moe's you get chips for
salsas
free.
are good too. I like their salsas.
Yeah.
So in that respect, I have to put Chipotle. I hate to do this, and I hope that I find something to put above it here, but I have to put it at the top of my B tier.
I'm putting it in the middle of my A currently.
Okay.
I'm putting it like above Checkers, Cane's, A&W, and Harvey's, but below Zaxby's, Qdoba, and Firehouse and Culver's, which is the rest of my A tier.
Okay. Damn, you got a lot of the A tier.
Yeah.
You got a lot in there. Okay.
Well, I put Moe's in.
I can't rate Qdoba, and I can't rate Moe's.
I put Qdoba a little higher. It's actually currently 4th, but that'll get knocked down as soon as we start talking about more stuff. And then Moe's is somewhere in high mid tier. Like I used to have a really, really high opinion of Moe's, but it's okay.
Okay.
So let's go from the least contentious of these, which I feel like would be Carl's Jr. and Burger King.
Yeah. Okay, I'm down with that.
You go with Carl's Jr. because you seemed very opinionated of Carl's Jr., so go for it.
So I fully admit that Carl's Jr. is largely trash. I used to have it in my low tier, bottom of my low tier. But there are some items that are so fire that I keep going back. Like it's like actually Thanksgiving tradition that once I'm done eating my parents' meal and it hits like 12 a.m. or 1 a.m., my brother and I go to Carl's Jr. to pick up their spicy chicken sandwiches and their crisp cut fries. Those two things alone are saving Carl's Jr. If you get those fresh, they're some of the best fast food items anywhere. The problem is Carl's Jr. is largely inconsistent. A lot of times you're getting stale shit.
Their breakfast is pretty good.
Menu items are not all that great, like their regular burgers and stuff. The ones that are more expensive are not that great. Their cheap ones are pretty good. But that's the problem, right? They don't hit a good price point. A lot of their items suck. The only saving grace is their value menu items, specifically the spicy chicken sandwich and the crisp cut fries.
I don't think I've ever had the fries like that.
Oh, and that they're open like 24 hours.
Yeah, the one that was near me in South Carolina was open a very, very, very long time.
Yeah. Well, you guys have Hardee's, though, right?
Same.
Okay, yeah. That being said, it's going to be weird to people why I have it at the top of the D tier. But it's literally those items make me go there more than a bunch of restaurants above it. Like, I go there more than Pollo Loco, than Arby's, than Rally's.
That's fair.
Just because of that little combo that I get. Oh, it hits right, man.
So for me, I'm putting it at the bottom of my C tier because something that you didn't mention is their breakfast is actually pretty solid too. Because again, we would rotate between Carl's Jr. Hardee's and what the fuck was it? Bojangles for their breakfast. Like it's actually pretty good. Surprisingly, I don't remember what the fuck it was, but I remember being like, "Wow, this is surprisingly decent." Like on a drive.
Now here's the problem I have with their breakfast and pretty much anyone's breakfast. Like Wendy's has a breakfast, Taco Bell has a breakfast, right?
Taco Bell breakfast slaps. Do not you dare slander that.
No, I'm not going to say anything bad about them. What I wanted to say is that if you have breakfast at normal breakfast hours, why the would you not go to McDonald's? Because McDonald's blows everybody.
That's
so
fair.
far
That's
away
fair. That's fair. That's
that
fair.
if your name isn't Jack in the Box and you're serving that 24/7, there's
Whataburger
no
breakfast
reason for me to get breakfast anywhere but McDonald's.
Whataburger breakfast. We'll get to that.
Oh, we'll talk about Whataburger. Okay.
You're from Cali. You hate Whataburger.
We'll talk about it.
So next is Burger King.
Yeah, let's get rid of Burger King.
Okay.
So I think Burger King.
People fucking hate Burger King.
Yeah, I think it's slightly underrated. I think they have some pretty good. Have you had the Rodeo Burger, by the way?
Is that like their barbecue one, basically?
It came out when not Toy Story, when Toy Soldiers came out. Do you remember that movie?
Nope.
It's a stupid ass movie
about
like
the
these army
little
toys.
green men.
Yeah, and like,
Nope.
But they came out with the burger specifically for that movie, and then that burger just stuck around. It's just
funny.
like a mini Western bacon cheeseburger. Have you had that?
Of course. Yeah, I mean, everyone's had like the Southwest burger where it's like it has a little bit of bacon and barbecue sauce and an onion ring.
But have you had it for $1? That
$1?
It was just it just hits the
That's
craving for $1.
Aight.
It's like the size
I have
of
stories.
the double, but it's $1.
Damn, that's crazy.
Onion rings and barbecue sauce and bacon.
Yeah, of course. I have stories about Burger King. Because it was one of the fast food places very, very, very close to the most consistent local in South Florida called Zero Ping. So we would go there, and you know the McGangbang?
Yeah, you put the
McChicken between the McDouble.
the McChicken between the
or double
yes.
cheeseburger, whatever. Same shit. So basically, we would do that with the burger.
Bango
The f is that?
from Del Taco.
No, I've had Del Taco like twice.
Talk about it.
But so Burger King.
You haven't had.
So Burger King, we used to do that, and we would just call it the King Witch. And for some reason, it was the only fast food burger that tasted better the second and third bite. And it was consistent.
Okay.
We would just like stare at people as they eat it for the first time and be like, okay, take a bite. And they're like, this is pretty good. And we'd be like, take another bite. And they'd be like, yeah, I'm going to. And we're like, do it. And they would just be like, why is it better? And we're like, dude, we don't know. It's crazy. But I think Burger King overall is very solid. I think they get a ton of hate because they're different. Their palate of basically everything is very different. Their chicken tastes very different from the other fast food chickens. Their burgers taste very different because they're flame whatever the
Yep.
But the thing is, they have completely customizable burgers. You can ask for literally anything done any way, and I think that is a great part about it. Again, me, vegan, they have the Impossible Burger, pretty solid, tastes exactly the same as a normal burger because it's grilled very, very similarly. But I think Burger King is overall very underrated. Like, I'm not saying it's high tier. I'm not. Right. I'm not going to go there. But I think people people consistently put this in like bottom 5, bottom 10 fast foods, and like I think that is very unjust.
I agree with that.
Also, they have chicken fries. Their chicken fries slap, and they have 10 nuggets for like $1.30. Like that's f***ed up. Mm-hmm. Like that's crazy.
Yeah. And they're like kind of like on par with like McDonald's nuggets sometimes. But I don't
like. I'm not a McDonald's nugget guy.
Nuggets, but
I'm not a McDonald's nugget guy. But that's just we'll get to there.
Question though, with the have it your way thing, isn't that every fast food place? Like I feel like I could ask any fast food place to do the burger the way I want it.
But like Burger King does it, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay. Like that's their thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because I mean, I've gone to McDonald's and I've asked for things and they just ignore me.
Yo, Big Mac sauce on the McDouble is busted. Because you get it for $1.20 because they add like 20 cents for the Big Mac sauce, and you just get a mini
I've heard
Big
of
Mac.
that, but I just don't do it. But yeah, it is good. I've tried it.
But I put Burger King like at the very least like the higher end of mid tier.
I put it at the like mid of mid tier, to be in my opinion.
That's
I put
fair.
it like I would put it above El Pollo Loco.
Because for me, it's under Sonic and Jack in the Box, which are the two top of mid tier.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's a fair placement. I think, yeah, and you're right. A lot of people would put it into low.
Yeah,
So,
unjustly.
underrated. Oh, have you had their Hershey pie?
Oh, dude, it's so good. It's so.
Oh, you've had it. You've had it.
The Hershey pie is literally like
one of the best fast food desserts.
It's literally, in my opinion, the like third or fourth best fast food dessert. Because like because we'll talk about it later. But like I think Cookout milkshakes are the best dessert.
We'll talk about that.
The Frosty is better than it, and then like maybe
Frosty's good too.
Frosty's so good. And then maybe like a Culver's thing is better than it, and then like that's it.
Yeah, I can see that. I agree with that for sure.
It's like that's pretty good. So I guess next let's do the chicken. So let's do Popeyes because I think that's the only chicken place we have left, right?
Yeah, I'm down.
I think Popeyes is so good. I think it's so good.
I'll just say it straight up. This is going to be my first S tier. I think Popeyes is phenomenal. The only thing that they're missing is their consistency. And typically that's solved if you just have a good Popeyes near you that just handles their shit. And if you have a weak one, then sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. But Popeyes, in general, like, first of all, their chicken is fire. They have the spicy variety or the regular variety. Their seasoning and all that, the crispiness is perfect.
Louisiana seasoning.
Yeah, and then on top of that, their chicken tenders are fire too. Like
that's mostly what I get because that's what I get at CEO a lot.
The chicken tenders.
Yeah. With their fries or mashed potatoes and stuff like that.
Then you start talking about their sides. Yeah, like their mashed potatoes.
So good.
Their red beans and rice.
Their red beans and rice is so good.
Their fries are actually one of the best in fast food.
That's fair.
And then their biscuits are amazing. And then not only that, their sauces are also incredible. Their hot sauce, their honey.
I agree.
They have their like cup sauces, like the blackened ranch. They have
never had that.
Yeah, they even have their Cajun Sparkle, this little seasoning packet that you just pour all over your chicken. It's so good. And then their drinks and their desserts, like their apple pies and their peach. I think they have a peach pie at certain points.
I've never had the Popeyes desserts, I'm going to be honest.
Oh, they're so good. It's like the apple pie from McDonald's, but on crack. Like it's just so much crispier and like just better tasting, fresh, better ingredients, all of that.
I think Popeyes is free the best fast food chicken. Like, not close.
Easy.
Including demon homophobic. Like, I think it's not. I still think it's objectively better. But like, I think Popeyes. And dude, how's the sandwich? Because I've never had the sandwich because it came out after I was vegetarian.
I just had it recently. I thought it lived up to the hype. Maybe it wasn't gonna be worth like waiting in line. Like, you know, it was going
back
crazy,
in the day.
right? But now that it's easy to get, it's easily top 2 chicken sandwiches in fast food, comparable to Chick-fil-A's, but they're different. So it just depends on what you're going for. Like their bun is sweet. It's like this sweet bun.
I heard they have like their spicy mayo is really
hella
good.
Crispy. You could go spicy or not. The sauce they put on it is really good, and then it's just pickles on it. I think that's it.
Yeah, simple. Okay, that's good to know because I've never had it. And I was like considering again. That's like my favorite thing. I'm just like, fuck me, god damn it. Like it came out like literally like a month after, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna break being vegetarian. I guess whatever. Everyone's like, oh my god, it's so good.
Are you eventually gonna try it? Is this like
I
a
don't
lifetime
know.
thing now?
Probably.
Oh, okay.
Unless I want to just like destroy my stomach, like
maybe just one day, dude.
Maybe
you gotta try it once.
Okay.
All right. But yeah, I assume you agree. Where are you putting your Popeyes?
Yeah, it's top tier. I put it below Portillo's, but
in your highest. Okay.
Yeah, in top tier. Those are my only 2 top tiers right now.
Okay, yeah, I think it blows out the chicken. Blows the chicken places out of the water.
Like Cane's and Shaxby's not close.
I'd say that Popeyes is the closest thing in fast food to a home cooked meal. Do you agree with me? Like you get your beans and rice.
I can agree with that. That are Portillo's, but also who the fuck makes like I'm not a family that makes like Italian beef, but I can imagine like a Chicago Italian Chicago family making that. But like I would say it's one of those two for sure.
Yeah.
Free.
But what I mean, it's like their food options are very like comforting and like homey. And like you get that with your sides and your sweet iced tea, and oh god, it's so good.
I can agree with that.
It's great. Yeah. Only thing that stops them from being the best of the best is their consistency. They're not always consistent.
I've only been to like 3, so those ones have all been good for me. But
okay.
So let's do like the not contentious ones. So I think the next would be because I feel like In-N-Out, Shake Shack's, Five Guys is like a thing. McDonald's is a thing. Whataburger is kind of more like the In-N-Out. Like I feel like Whataburger and In-N-Out should be compared. Shake Shack and Five Guys can be compared.
I don't think there's any kind of comparison.
Well, okay, but people do compare them. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, we could talk about it. Yeah.
Do you want to do that now?
Let's talk about Wendy's then. What about Wendy's?
Okay, Wendy's.
Yeah.
Wendy's is so goddamn good.
Okay.
Wendy's is to me.
Let's do Wendy's and then into Taco Bell.
Wendy's, McDonald's, Taco Bell type thing?
Yeah, let's do those 3.
I think Wendy's is so good. Of the common fast food restaurants, Wendy's has the best chicken. Not close.
Ooh, like the chicken sandwiches?
Dude, their Asiago chicken ranch is like a top 5 fast food. It's so good. It's not. I'm not gonna say it's as good as haven't had Popeyes, and I'm maybe not gonna say it's as good as Chick-fil-A's, but like again, considering It's like one of the big three. Like, it is ludicrous that something is that good. The fries are inconsistent. I'm not going to say that they're not, which is the biggest dock on Wendy's for sure. That their fries are inconsistent. But also, I like if they're less salty, I like them, or I'll just add salt. Okay, like it's an easy fix. I really like their burgers. I really like their buns. They have pretzel buns. They have the salads. Like, they have a ton of options. They have really good dollar menu, or like really good value menu. Like the 4 for $4 is really good. I think they have the best fast food nugget, because I like it over McDonald's. Like, free.
Okay.
So, like, to me, Wendy's is literally one of the best fast foods. Like, it's clearly top tier for me. And again, they have one of the best dessert items, which is their Frosty. Like, they literally check every box. They hit. Ooh. Their sides are good, because they also have a ton of different sides, because they have the chili, which, like, it's okay, but, like, fucking nowhere else has it if you're comparing it to, like, McDonald's and Burger King. And then they have onion rings, and they have apple slices, and they have, like, all that type of stuff, and they just hit every box. Like, their burgers are good, their chicken's amazing, their sides are pretty good, their desserts are good. I haven't had their breakfast, I'm gonna be honest, so I can't rank that. But, like, it's just great. Wendy's was my second most ate fast food once I was an adult.
Okay. I cannot disagree with anything you said. I think Wendy's has everything covered. I think their nuggets are in contention for top 2 best nuggets out there. I think Wendy's is probably the best consistently, but I think peak McDonald's nuggets are the best. But dessert-wise, their Frosties, one of the best. It's cheap. Their price point at Wendy's is actually pretty good too.
4 for $4?
It's affordable. What?
The 4 for $4? Like, it's crazy. Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, it's a stupid deal. That's a crazy deal. Not only that, I'll mention something you haven't mentioned yet, is that they have monthly specials that sometimes hit like nothing I could believe a fast food restaurant could do. So they had like a blue cheeseburger a while ago that drove me crazy. Like, I would go there every time for that. It had blue cheese, bacon on it, and no fast food place even attempts that kind of shit.
Right.
So, like,
they have balls.
Yeah.
And they're just good.
And then their value menu, their double stack or the junior bacon cheeseburger, pretty much I could always leave that place full, satisfied, and happy for $4, $5
maximum. Easy. And then if you want to splurge on the Asiago for like $8, it's so good.
It's worth it. Yeah, you could spend money on the bigger burgers and the chicken sandwiches, and it's totally worth. Like,
but you don't need to.
Fine about it. It's so good. And then not only that, their service is typically good, and their places are usually clean, so I don't mind going there to eat. So the only thing that I think holds Wendy's back a little bit is their consistency, because I have been to places where the double stack is cold, the nuggets are stale.
That sucks.
And I used to have Wendy's in the top 3, but after a while, as they started getting more and more popular on the West Coast at least, the quality started going down to the point where I had the lowest I've ever had it was like at the bottom of A tier.
Wow.
But they've been picking up. I think they've been picking up lately. They've just been. I haven't had a bad Wendy's in a while. I want to say, considering how much they hit every category I could think of, I think. Do I have to put them into S?
They're free S for me. Like, it's not. Like, they're currently my highest or second highest thing. I don't know if it's better than Portillo's, but Portillo's is very different. But Wendy's is, like, it's everywhere. So,
but see, the thing is, it's like, for me to put something into S tier, it has to do the thing that they do better than the others. Because I can't...
Frosties.
Like, what they have the best is that, the price point, and then they do certain things really well, like the nuggets. And
they have A around the board, but they don't, for you, have S of anything. Except for maybe Frosties, but that's not important enough to count. Is that basically what you're saying?
I can't say the dessert is important enough to count.
Okay, that's fair.
The nuggets are pretty damn important for me, but they don't even have the best ones for me in terms of peak. It's just consistently the best.
Yeah.
So that's probably the only reason I'm going to keep it at top of A for now.
I'll respect that.
But I'm going to think about it. I'm going to see who ends up in my S.
I think we're gonna flip one thing that we're gonna talk about very soon. So McDonald's, you can take this one. Go.
Okay, so I think McDonald's is one of the most underrated fast food places. Period. It gets a lot of shit because it's the most popular. and everyone's had shitty McDonald's before, and they're definitely not even close to consistent, in my opinion. Because we talked about it earlier. I think McDonald's could hit right, and like they got it on point, or you go to a shit one or at a bad time, and you get stale nuggets, stale burger, the fries are cold, whatever. Like it has high potential to be f***ed up, but McDonald's at peak, in my opinion, could be top of A, if not into S tier, because of everything else they cover. I think the nuggets are the best in the business. I think the value menu is the best, like the McChicken, the double, the small fries, all that. Their fries are the best.
They're clearly top three, like easy.
Their
like
fries
it's not
at the very least are like top 3 fries in fast food.
Yeah.
Their desserts are good, like their McFlurries, their apple pies. They're not the best.
Their
desserts,
milkshakes are pretty good.
But the milkshakes are good. Like they got the option, and they're all good, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then their price point throughout is great. And then even their more expensive burgers, like the Big Mac's fire. Quarter Pounder's pretty damn good. I don't really order it, but it's good. I haven't had the Travis Scott burger yet, but I think it's just a Quarter Pounder with lettuce, right?
I don't know. I have no idea. I saw someone steal a sign from it. That's all I know about it.
Yeah, and then all right, look, this might not apply now, but when I was a kid, those Happy Meals fucking hit. So like, even if
Wednesdays and Sundays, yo,
and you got a kid, huh?
My family, like my family didn't go on like a lot of vacations like at all. We would sometimes go to like the west coast of Florida for like a weekend. Wednesdays and Sundays, just being as a kid, being able to have like 15 burgers in front of you for like $6 was like f***ed up. It was like Christmas.
Are you talking about the 10-cent,
the $59, the 59-cent cheeseburgers, God. 39-cent burgers or something like that was crazy back in the day.
Ridiculous,
again, I do want to give like the nostalgia a little bit of a point, but I will agree with you. Like again, I think McDonald's. I've never had quote unquote bad McDonald's. Like McDonald's for me, basically every time I've had it has been very similar, unless like things are a little hotter, or slightly more fresh. But like again, their fries do slap. That is no secret.
Right.
I'm not a fan of their nuggets. That's just a me personal thing. Like I've had them, but like they're okay. It tastes like the breading's weird. It tastes super fake chicken, like not even like ground chicken, like fake chicken. But I do, dude, McChickens. I love
Chickens
McChickens.
are good.
I love McChickens.
Dude, have those nuggets fresh, man.
Maybe
show up literally at 10:01 a.m. and get the nuggets. It's gonna change your life.
I definitely used to go to McDonald's a lot. My house was being renovated, and there was right next to the place we were staying, there was like a McDonald's like 2 blocks away, so I would walk there at like 10:30, specifically when breakfast left to get McDonald's, and I'm not gonna lie, that it did hit different. Also, their breakfast is really good. We can't deny it. They have arguably
the best.
They have at the very least of the big places the best fast food breakfast. I'm not gonna say it's necessarily better than whatchamacallit, Bojangles, because Bojangles breakfast is more like a southern breakfast, you know what I'm saying? But of like fast food, like normal fast food breakfasts, they have the best, or at the worst, second best to Whataburger, because I like Whataburger breakfast.
Okay.
But like it's really good. I'm not gonna like that's not a shade. That's really good. So to me, it goes somewhere in high tier. I'm not sure yet. I'm still thinking about it.
Yeah, I think breakfast also puts them over the top. Like I said, they kill so many categories. They're only held back by their lack of consistency. And for that, dude, I think it deserves A tier.
Yeah, I'm putting it in the middle of 8. I'll put it in the lower end of A tier. I think I'll put it better than A&W and Cane's.
God, A&W is like a stain on my list, because no one's going to look at that and think this list is serious. But they haven't had the Canadian one. The Canadian
it's really
one
good.
is so
no, it's good.
I'm going to put McDonald's into my A tier.
Yeah.
I think right below Cane's. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I have it 2 above Cane's.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I have it 2 below Chipotle. Because again, my A tier is a lot bigger than yours, I think. So.
Okay.
So next, let's get the weird one out of the way before we get into those super heated conversations. So let's go with Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
As the Mexican, go for it.
Wildly underrated, and I think it is by far the most consistent fast food place of the like mid-tier, right? Like, you know, like no one's going to say that McDonald's food is great, right? But people will say that about Popeyes. But McDonald's just hits a lot of different categories that it does really well, right? Like it's a fast food joint, right? So is Taco Bell. But Taco Bell, of those joints like McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, all like Jack in the Box, all those places that are like real fast food, they are the most consistent. And that's not to say that their food is amazing. It's just their whatever processes and systems they got in place just ensures that every time you get your Taco Bell, it's going to be the same exact meal that you've ever gotten.
Unless you go there at like 2 a.m. and the rice is crunchy. That's the only bad one I've ever had.
The rice is crunchy?
Like the rice is overcooked. But that's been very
really
rare.
Rice,
I've had that like maybe a handful
like
of times.
And shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I rarely get rice things, but yeah, you're right on that. But like you get a taco, it's always gonna be crunchy and the meat's gonna be hot. You get a quesadilla, it's always gonna be the same shit. They pop it into that little steamer or whatever, it comes out the same. You get anything you get, it's gonna be consistent.
I've heard there's no Taco Bell in the province that I'm currently staying at because I've been in Canada for COVID. But I've heard they like removed a ton of like their menu items.
That's the problem. So like I wish I did my research on what they changed and whether certain items were tragically let go. But
I've heard the quesarito's gone.
Oh, that one kind of hurts. But in terms of variety and the amount of different things you could get, the price point is amazing. The consistency, it's like you can never go there and be disappointed. Whereas I could go to a lot of places and be disappointed for sure. I could go to Wendy's, I could go to Cane's, I could go to McDonald's, and I could leave pretty pissed off, like I wasted a whole meal. Taco Bell will never do that to me. It's always the same.
They have like a ton of sauces too.
Oh, their sauces,
like their sauces are actually really good. Like both the packets and like what they put on their stuff. Taco Bell to me is so good. I agree with 100% of everything you said. Taco Bell is just so good. Like I know people have been like, oh well, their beef is bad, but like again, we're talking about fast food where like realistically like they're all kind of bad, but like it's so tasty and flavorful, and like their cheese is great and their sour cream is great. Their potatoes, why are their potatoes so good? Whether it's the soft potato taco or the potato griller or the
that's the one they got rid of though, sadly.
No, wait, which one? The griller?
No, I think they got rid of
all the potatoes. What the?
Yeah.
That's crazy. The potato's
so
good. No.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, well, I haven't seen a Taco Bell since they got rid of it, so I'm gonna ignore that fact. I'm gonna be blissfully ignorant of that. But like they have just so many options, and you can just add anything to anything. Like you can make whatever you want, a crazy big thing or a crazy small thing, and they have spice. They actually have like decently spicy sauces, even for a fast food place. Like I'm not gonna lie, like the Diablo sauce is not Diablo sauce. Like there's actually the one that was in the Chipotle chicken griller for some reason was like the spiciest thing to me, even though like the Diablo sauce wasn't particularly hot for me. But like Taco Bell is just so good and so consistent, and they just say F it. They say we're bullshit. Here's Dorito taco, like you mentioned earlier. Like that's amazing. Plus, dude, chalupas, fire. Quesadillas, fire. Quesaritos, fire. Their tacos actually underrated, especially their soft tacos are better than their normal hard taco, but worse than their Doritos taco. Although if you're gonna get a Dorito taco, you basically only get the normal Doritos. You don't get the Cool Ranch Dorito Locos tacos. Those are mediocre. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. But like, it's so good. In my opinion, it is easily, at the very least, lower, like the lowest of top tier. Like, I don't think it's high tier. I think it's top tier.
Yeah, I think it's in the top. Well, not S tier, right? You mean like?
No, I think it's S tier.
Oh, you think it's S tier?
Like, I think it's like Culver's or slightly better.
Yeah, I think it is good. I mean, I think it's very, very good, but I don't think I could give it S tier status considering what I actually do put into that tier.
That's fair.
But I do think it is very, very good.
Top A is acceptable.
Items that I love. Yeah. Some items that I love are the Locos Tacos, the quesadillas. Those are pretty easy go-tos. I'm putting it into the A tier.
Also, the Gordita Crunches are actually so good. Like, I didn't have one for a long time. Then I had one, and I was like, yo, why is it fire? Like, it's so good. Like, everything they have is just either silly or good.
Did you have their fried chicken shell taco? That shit was actually good. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, when did that happen? Yeah, I definitely did. I think I have a video on that forever ago. Mm-hmm. Also, again, their fries, if they have them anymore, like, I mean, they had them and didn't have them. Like, the fries are so good. I don't know why they're so good. Like, their seasoning is just great, and they have cheese dip. So, like, you get cheese fries for a normal price of fries, which is great. So I put.
I wasn't. I wasn't a huge fan of the fries, but it was still decent.
Yeah.
That's the thing about their menu, right? They could miss on some stuff, but
They have
got, like,
73 things, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Never matters. Like, they could throw someone's gonna like something. So yeah, I'm putting it. I can't decide if I want to have it below or above McDonald's. For now, I'm gonna keep it above just because of the consistency. Let's talk about all these burger places kind of fit together, right?
Sure. What do you want to start with?
Whataburger. I think Whataburger is garbage. So I've heard nothing but amazing things, and I've even heard comparisons to In-N-Out, and I was completely shocked when I had it that anyone could even think these two are close. And let me tell you why. I understand that I might have had a bad Whataburger, but one of the things that makes In-N-Out amazing is its consistency.
I agree.
If you can go to Whataburger and get a meal as I got it, then that place is not that good. You'll notice that none of mine up here are ever really that bad. Even at their worst, they're not really, other than McDonald's. So, like, if Whataburger is that great, maybe it could be above McDonald's. But the lack of consistency really f***ed over for me. Every time I talk about how I had it, they're like, well, did you try this barbecue chicken tender sandwich? Did you try this bacon cheeseburger thingy that you're supposed to try?
The barbecue chicken sandwich is actually my favorite, personally. But
yeah, and I told them I literally tried everything I was supposed to try because everyone gives you the speech when you're about to go there and what you need to try.
Just like In-N-Out. They're actually both cult. No, I'm saying they're cult hits. I'm saying like the cult hits. Like if you go like, yeah, I'm going to go to In-N-Out for the first time, you'll have 37 people in your mentions. Do you know how many times I've tried In-N-Out and people are just like, yeah, but have you had this version? And I'm just like, I don't want to put goddamn Thousand Island on my fries to make them edible. Shut up. But continue.
That's fair. I wouldn't tell you that. So I disagree with people who do that kind of shit. But yeah, I got that speech for Whataburger. I tried it different ways. I tried it 2 different times. Both times extremely trash in terms of quality. It was stale. The burger was like dry as hell. The barbecue chicken thing would be fine if the chicken wasn't already soggy to begin with. So now I just got really sweet, even soggier chicken.
You've had soggy? That's surprised. I've never had soggy chicken on that.
This is awful. The fries are not that great. I don't think the fries are that great. The sauces were pretty good. That's about it. That's all I will give it. For me, from what I've had from Whataburger actually hits my poor tier.
Damn. D tier?
Straight up.
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest. I lived in Oklahoma for a while, and I am a fan of Whataburger. Gonna be real. I don't really like their burgers. I think people comparing the burgers of Whataburger and In-N-Out are laughable. I agree with you on that. I think they're not comparable. Okay. I think In-N-Out's burgers are significantly better. The thing about Whataburger that I really enjoy is their chicken. I like their chicken tenders. I like their chicken tender sandwiches. I like their grilled chicken sandwiches. I think they're very solid. I do enjoy their fries. I'm kind of surprised you don't. They're just like a worse version of a McDonald's fry for me, but that's still pretty good considering McDonald's fries are like OD. So
yeah, that's what it tasted like. It tasted like a worse version of McDonald's.
But like the worst version of the best fry is still a good fry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but these were cold, so like even McDonald's fries cold don't taste good to me.
That's fair. So for me, it's also like they have the spicy ketchup, which I think is really good. Again, I mentioned this a little earlier. Their fish sandwich is randomly like godlike. I literally only had it like the last 3 times I went to not Chick-fil-A. My chat's talking about Chick-fil-A because they have been the whole time. The last couple times I went to Whataburger, I got the fish because one of my friends got the fish because he's like, yeah, I don't really like the chicken or the burgers, but I get the fish sandwich. And I was like, oh, I'll try it because I've never had it. And it's actually randomly really good. Like, it's surprisingly solid. Like,
that's
like tiers better than, let's say, the fish fillet or filet-o-fish, whatever it's called. But like, it's actually...
Have you had the Wendy's fish one?
They have a fish sandwich? No, I've never had it.
Yeah.
I've never had it.
They come out with it during Lent, but yeah.
Never had it. But like I think Whataburger, I'm not gonna lie. It's not close to top tier. But I think the breakfast of Whataburger is really solid. They have their little burritos, they have their little chicken wraps, they have the honey butter chicken biscuit, which in my opinion is just a better version of the Chick-fil-A breakfast honey butter chicken biscuit, which is like the same thing. But I think Whataburger's is just straight up better. Like politics aside, like I think Whataburger's is just better. But I definitely don't put it into top tier. It's not that good because you can't miss with one of the biggest things in fast food, which is their burgers, and be top tier. I don't think that's fair.
It's literally called Whataburger, so it better be good.
what a fucking burger. Like, but it's not. It isn't. It isn't.
Okay.
So I would put it at lowest, right below for me Checkers, which is the highest of my high mid tier, which is my B tier. So it's like upper B tier / lower A tier for me.
Okay.
But I definitely don't see the people saying it's like high A / S tier, but I also don't understand your thing of like it's D or E tier. But I mean, we have our opinions, and that's fine.
Yeah, I think it would change if I had it more, but I'm telling you, the 2 times I had it,
It was bad.
and I was definitely, I'm not one of those people where if you overhype something, then I undervalue it.
Yeah.
I eat it with an open mind, and I tried it twice, and I tried everything everyone told me to eat, and I just couldn't believe that anyone would put it in the same tier as some of my favorite places.
No, I
couldn't
agree.
believe it.
I can agree with that.
Yeah. Okay, so you're putting it, you said like high B or A?
High B, low A. I might remix this list, but a little bit. Okay, so now let's go to the comparison, which is In-N-Out. And since you did Whataburger negatively first, I will do In-N-Out. So I'm going to be honest. Okay. So, for the price, In-N-Out burgers are the best or second best fast food burger. To me, it's at worst behind Wendy's, because I love Wendy's burgers. I'm just a fan. I'm not saying they necessarily taste worse, but like you can't get like a cheap, quote unquote, like you can't get a super cheap In-N-Out burger because like the minimum's gonna be like $3 or something, right? Which granted, not expensive, but whatever.
Right.
So their burgers are really good and really fresh, and you can customize it in several ways. I've literally mustard fried my own burgers because In-N-Out does that, like literally, which is it's really good. However, to me, it is very similar to Cane's, where you go there if you know you want one thing, and that one thing is the burgers, because I think the milkshakes are the most mediocre milkshakes. They're not bad, but they're not great in my opinion. It's just like, oh, you put ice cream and a little bit of milk and some ice and you're done. Like that's it. And I am of the opinion where their fries are ass. If you want fries that fresh and that like crisp or whatever you want to call them, just eat potato chips, because at least you're not going to think they're French fries, because they're not French fries. They're weird potato to me. Like, I get if people like them, but I despise them. And people have tried me, get them twice fried, get them this, get them that, get them blah. But if you're gonna compare, let's say the thing that people always talk about, which is the animal style fries, right? Just fucking get, like, you can't compare that to a normal, like a fry with nothing. That's not fair. But also, once you're out of the animal style stuff, it's just, okay, now you have the mediocre fries again. Whereas, like, if you're going to compare it to a chili cheese fry, like, chili cheese fries are infinitely better. Like, all the time. Okay. Like, every time. Or just cheese fries in general. But again, In-N-Out, the burger is so solid that because it is such a good, at the very least, one item, it cannot be lower than the very, very, very top of B tier. Like, that is the lowest you could possibly put it. If you think it's bad fast food, you're wrong. Because you can get a burger and that's it. Or 2 burgers and that's it. Like, if you don't like the fries, don't get the fries. But if you do like the fries, which you do, I can imagine it totally being S tier, because they have 3 things, and if you like 2 or 3 of the things, like, it's broken. And it's so cheap. Yeah. It's so cheap. Go ahead.
You done?
Yeah. I'm putting it at the very end of A tier.
Okay. All right, so.
Oh, what about Buff Canes?
I think that In-N-Out burgers are by far the best burger that you can get at that price point. Period. Okay? Like, and in terms of regular fast food, which is typically that price point, so it beats out literally any burger you could get anywhere else.
I can agree.
In fast food. Now, anyone who disagrees with that, or just doesn't even put it into their top 3, or they say it's not good, they're literally wrong. I can't imagine they actually say that a different burger tastes better. That's just crazy. Now, the fries. I think the fries are super polarizing, and I understand why some people don't like them. To be fair, they are a little dry, I will admit. I like them a lot because I get them well done, and I don't require anyone to do it. But I typically like my fries well done no matter where I go. And to me, a crispy, crunchy fry is the best fry. And
I'm a fan of the floppies from like McDonald's, so that's the difference.
Just forgot what a fresh potato tastes like. I think people forgot what a freshly fried potato tastes like, and what they're used to is the really good McDonald's fries with like hella preservatives, been sitting in a freezer for a while. They throw it in. Of course, it's gonna taste good. There's all kinds of science behind it. Taco Bell, it's got like 8 layers of seasonings or whatever the hell's on it and crispiness on top of their fries, so people love it, right? You talk a freshly cut potato, you throw it in some oil and you serve it up. In-N-Out's is amazing, and people just aren't used to it.
I think that's somewhat reasonable.
Yeah.
Because like realistically, like the fries we have are like in our
used to the
freezer and kind of
frozen
just
fries.
there, and you
What's that?
throw it in. Like the fries and stuff that people are used to, the potatoes is like you're either making like fresh potatoes where they're like either hash browns or mashed potatoes or like scallop potatoes or like dill potatoes or something like that, like sautéed, or they're the bag of Ore-Ida basically that's in your freezer, which is not the same.
Yeah. And the other thing is, it's like, I understand because they don't hold up, right? Like if you wait on eating them, if you're driving home, you pick it up and then you wait till you get home to eat it, they're gonna be ass for sure. By the time I'm near like the second half of my fries, they're not nearly as good. But when I get them well done, they stay the same. That's why I get them well done, because they stay just as good all throughout. But the first few are really, really fire. They don't hold up. They don't last that long. That's fair. I understand. But given that, like you said, I like the fries, and then I love the burger, and they only have fries and burgers, I think In-N-Out is incredible.
That's
and not
fair.
only that, but I also really like the shakes, by the way, because also real ice cream. People aren't used to this kind of shit. But I would agree, because you're going to bring it up later, Cookout's shakes are better. For sure. For sure.
We ranting about that later.
Yeah, and then here's the thing, though. Here's the thing about In-N-Out that I think is what makes them, makes me put them where they are. They are easily the most consistent fast food. Period.
I can agree with that.
It does not matter what In-N-Out you go to. They cook it just as fresh everywhere. Like, some places are slightly fresher, but at most, the least fresh thing you're going to get is still really fucking fresh. And it's only not fresh because the line's like all the way down the block and they mistimed it, right? But they're making it as soon as you order it. There's never anything just sitting there. The service is great. They keep them clean. And then you could customize your burger however you want with that secret menu shit.
Yeah.
So I order my special thing. I don't expect anyone else to. If someone were to ask me about In-N-Out, I don't tell them, you got to get it animal style. You got to do this. You got to do that. I'll tell them, this is how these things are. If you like them, you should get them. They're pretty much going to make them all great.
Yeah.
So for those reasons, the consistency and then the quality and then the service and then the price point, I think it is the #1 fast food place on the planet.
Number one?
That's it. #1, period.
Damn.
With a bullet.
I can respect it.
Easy.
Like, again, I completely understand if you enjoy the fries and their consistency and stuff like that, just thinking it's the best. Like, or at least top 3 or something like that. Like, I don't think that, like, it makes sense. Mm-hmm. But to me, of course, if you enjoy 2 or 3 of the 3 things they have, they're great. If you enjoy 1 of the 3 things, it's less great. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think not liking the fries or liking the fries is, like, gonna be the major thing. But, like, their burgers are fire. Like, their burgers are so good. And, like, anyone that denies that is, like, they're just hating on it for the sake of hating on it. Because, like, again, I am an In-N-Out hater. Like, people are like, In-N-Out's the goat. And I'm like, no, there's literally, like, 10 or 15 fast food places better, in my opinion. Like, around that number. But, like, if you like the fries, then I completely understand why you would 100% disagree with that, you know?
Okay. That's fair. You're being reasonable about it, which I appreciate, because even your Whataburger placement, I think, is reasonable.
I think Whataburger's lower than In-N-Out. Like, I think In-N-Out is overall
I think that's
better
inarguable.
because there's so, like, there's 3 things and one of them is, like, perfect. Like, one of them is the best or second best thing of fast food, whereas I don't think Whataburger has the best of anything except the fish, but who cares?
Yeah.
But
okay, so with comparing that, we're going to compare it to Five
Guys
Guys and Shake Shack.
I'm gonna be honest,
think
I've had Shake Shack like
Five-
twice, so it's
you haven't
hard.
had Shake Shack that much?
Barely. I've had it like a couple times.
So I'll say this. I'll say Five Guys' burger is worse than In-N-Out's, but Shake Shack's is better. But Shake Shack
It's like
you're going to be
$9.
spending $20 there.
Yeah.
You're going to be spending $18-20 there for a full meal, like fries, a drink, maybe if it's a shake, and the burger.
At the very least, like
Okay?
16.
Yeah, probably around there. Five Guys, you're going to be spending like 12, 13, maybe 14. And I don't think the burger's as good, but it is very good. And the fries, I think they are good, but I don't think they're as good. Like, I never... Like, they're the kind of fries... They're similar to the Wingstop fries where they're good, but I still prefer a crispier, smaller fry than what I get there. But I think that's just preference. I think they're both good, though.
So Shake Shack, I've thoroughly enjoyed the couple times I was there, but again, it is more expensive. So if you're gonna compare like a price thing, like the thing is, the only really expensive thing that I have on my anywhere near top is Firehouse, but Firehouse is like so good that to me I'm just like, yeah, it's broken. I may bump it down a little bit later, but I think Shake Shack is like too expensive for like it's one of the most expensive things on this entire list. If I'm seeing it, like maybe Starbucks is more because it's Starbucks.
Yeah.
But like I don't even know because I don't go to Starbucks like that often. Yeah. But like everything else is pretty cheap. Whereas Shake Shack and Five Guys are like definitely more expensive. I'm gonna be honest, Five Guys burgers are, in my opinion, comparable to In-N-Out. But again, a comparable burger for $9 as opposed to $3.50 is not the same thing.
Right. Exactly.
It's not. And again, Five Guys, I do enjoy their fries for the first 20, but at least back in the day, I wasn't a huge fan of peanuts. So like when I would start tasting the peanut oil, which was also another knock on me not liking Chick-fil-A, is I'm just like, oh, it tastes like peanuts, so I'm done. Like you can get them, but you can get like the seasoned fries and stuff like that, which are very, very good. I do like the burgers, but again, they are so cheap. I can't imagine putting them anywhere lower than, again, like either Shake Shack or Five Guys, like lower than the best of B tier. Because they're still good, but they're just expensive. And, like, expensive is, like, they're the most expensive things on this whole menu. Or whole everything, which, like, matters. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, Popeyes isn't that expensive. Taco Bell's not expensive. Portillo's is, like, somewhat expensive, but, like, it's fire, so it doesn't matter. And it's very different, so it doesn't matter. Wendy's isn't. Culver's isn't. Qdoba is, like Qdoba, Chipotle area are, like, kind of expensive, but, like, not as expensive as these guys. Like, these Five Guys. Agreed. So, do you think Five Guys or Shake Shack is better? Because I think Five Guys is a little better.
I think Shake Shack is better. The price point is higher, but I think the dollar per quality ratio works better in Shake Shack.
Because they're the best burger, in your opinion, on the list.
And I think their burger is better. I think it's the best burger, but it's more expensive, so most of the time I just get it In-N-Out instead. But when I want to spend that money, I'm totally happy to do it at Shake Shack.
Then I go to the store and get a burger patty and I fry it.
You can do that too, yes. Yeah, and then also Shake Shack has really, really good shakes, and they have good other items too, like their chicken sandwich is really good.
Never had it.
Then they have varieties of their burgers that are pretty damn good. So yeah, overall really solid. I do like how Five Guys gives you free peanuts. I don't know if they still do that. I think that's fire. But yeah, I'm putting Shake Shack actually at the top of my A tier above Wendy's. If it was cheaper, it'd be S tier. It might actually still be S tier. I'd have to think about that. But Five Guys, I put it right below Culver's in my A tier, but they're both really good.
I have to think about this more, because like I didn't really think about them before. So I'm just thinking where to put them, because like, again, if I'm going to get a good burger, like, I don't think Shake Shack or Five Guys necessarily has worse burgers, like, at least not significantly worse burgers than In-N-Out by taste, but they are more expensive. But also, I like their fries. So to me, I'd probably put them above, like both of them above it. But I don't know what I like more out of Five Guys or Shake Shack. That's hard because I've only had Shake Shack a couple times, whereas Five Guys was like in the Aventura Mall, which was like a big place that I went to go eat. I'll put Five Guys like above Chipotle, probably in my top 10. In-N-Out, I'll put above A&W, above McDonald's, right below Shake Shack.
Okay.
It's close. They're hard.
Fair. Yeah.
But again, literally just because I don't like the fries. And like I'm not gonna be like, oh, they like, sucks. Like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
So you're letting me do Cookout, right?
I think that's a fair opinion. Huh?
Finish, and then I'm doing Cookout.
No, I was just saying that's a fair opinion. I just hate blind In-N-Out hate. That's just lying, just blatantly lying.
Yeah.
You're not lying. It's reasonable. Like I understand how some people don't like the. That's fair. Yeah, Cookout. It's our last one, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. All right.
Cookout is godlike. It's so good. It is my personal favorite. Again, I haven't had it in a while because it's very, very region exclusive. It is literally South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, maybe West Virginia, and that's it. Maybe Virginia, like 2 of them. Mm-hmm. But it's so good. If you want to talk about price point, it is cheap. If you want to talk about variety, it has variety. If you want to talk about desserts, it has desserts. If you want to talk about the burgers are good. If you want to talk about the sides, here's a normal meal, because I've done this spiel a couple times. If you want to do a normal meal, it's called their tray meal. Have you had it, Cookout?
Yeah.
Okay.
I might have gone with you. I went with EE and someone else, but I don't know if you went with us.
Maybe, I don't remember.
Or I just told you about it after.
Probably. Yeah, I think you told me about it, actually. Because you asked me what to get, I'm pretty sure. But so, at Cookout, you get your your entree, and 2 sides and a drink for like $4.95. It's like $5.25 with tax or something like that. At least it was in South Carolina. You can add $1 for a shake, but I'll get there. So the mains, you have a foot-long hot dog, you have 2 quesadillas, you have really fancy chicken wraps, you have burgers, of course, you have chicken sandwiches, you had pulled barbecue pork, which is something that I don't think any single other place on this entire menu has. Granted, right. I'm not gonna say it's the best pulled pork, but like shitty pulled pork with coleslaw and hot sauce on it, it's gonna be a good sandwich. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I personally would get 3 chicken tenders. They have the thickest boys of chicken tender, like, period. Like, they have probably the best chicken tenders, like of any single place on this list. Maybe not Popeyes, but second to Popeyes. And Popeyes it's a dedicated chicken place. It has worse chicken than the dedicated chicken place. Like, the thing about it, I always compared it to Fox in Melee, who has a 4-6 against Marth. No, I'm just, but the thing is, Fox has a ton of options. And while some options aren't necessarily the absolute best option in the game, they're going to be a very good option, right? Yeah. Like, his back air isn't necessarily the best back air in the game, because Falco's is better, and Falcon's might be better, and Puff's is better. So it's like, sure, but it's up there. And then their desserts are up there, and their chicken is up there, and their burgers are up there, and everything is at least a 7. Like, their worst thing on the menu, which is like this random ass shake, which is the like orange push-up shake, which is like orange and vanilla. It's still like pretty damn good. Like, I would order it, right? And like I mean, you can get like weird shakes because there's like over 200 shake flavors because you can combine all the different shakes, and all of that stuff is just, it's so cheap, and it's a lot of food. And like, granted, maybe too much food, but I gained 15 pounds in my freshman and sophomore year, like both years. So and you know, it's okay. But
because of Cookout?
Largely because of Cookout and depression, but mostly Cookout. But it's just so consistent. It's open till like 4 a.m. They have 2 drive-through lines, and they were the first 2 drive-through line. They were the most efficient. They're so fast. They have so many things. You can get hot dogs or chicken or burgers. Like, literally, they have quesadillas as a side. You can get a quesadilla as a side. You can get and their quesadillas are probably better than Taco Bell's. And you can get a corn dog as a side, and you can get hush puppies as a side, or onion rings or fries or a chicken wrap as a side. So you can get like 3 chicken tenders as your main, and then a chicken wrap as your side, which is basically a chicken tender in a wrap with like honey mustard sauce or ranch sauce or something on it, and then like fries or chicken nuggets, which are also there. Like, it's in the amount of versatility this restaurant has, while all tasting amazing, being fast, being the second cheapest for their main meals, because like, sure, you can get dollar menu stuff at McDonald's or Wendy's or a bunch of other places, but like, this is like, this is our main meal that's customizable. It's $5 here. Like, that's broken. And then their shakes are the best dessert of any fast food restaurant. The milkshakes are so good. Or you don't even have to get a milkshake. You can get a slice of cheesecake, because they have slices of cheesecake that they sometimes put in their milkshake. Like, my personal order of milkshake, if I was going like dummy hard, was chocolate cheesecake Oreo, because it was a chocolate base with cheesecake and Oreo in it. And it's like, you can't drink it with a straw. It's a spoon. So like, you eat your meal, get a cup of water for free, and then eat your milkshake as a dessert. And it's so good. It's so good. It's gross because everything's fried in lard. And like, now that I'm vegan, I'm just like, wow, I can't imagine eating that. But like, when I think about eating it, I'm like, damn, that was so damn good. It was so good. And I think if it is not in your top tier, you have not had it more than twice. Like, not you, but like the general you.
Yeah. Okay. My thoughts on Cookout is that it is, like you said, the price point and the value you get and how much food you could get, and even the quality of the food when you get it, is all way the up there. I think the only reason to rate Cookout differently among the best, because it belongs among the best, no matter what.
Let's go.
Unless you're just a liar.
Thank you.
Is what you value more out of a fast food restaurant. I personally value the quality of the food item more than the
taste of it.
No, that would be included in the taste. So like the things I value the most are like the quality of the food, like is the burger the best burger ever, like In-N-Out's is for its price point, and consistency, where every time I show up to this fast food place, am I going to be happy with what I'm eating?
I think Cookout's super consistent.
Huh?
I think Cookout, I've never had bad. Cookout always tastes the same to me.
I would agree. I've only been twice, but like I said, like I went to Whataburger twice and they were both ass. Twice to Cookout, both great. Then the third thing to me would be like variety and like the amount of different things you get. So Cookout to me is amazing. It just doesn't hit the things that I really value at a fast food restaurant the same as some restaurants that I'm putting above it. So like when I went, I got this whole ass plate of meal, this whole plate, and I got the quesadilla side, I got the burger.
The quesadillas are mad good.
I forgot what else. I got
fries, probably.
Fries for sure. I'm sure I got a shake, and I forgot what else I got, but I can say from memory, the shake amazing, the quesadilla pretty good. I don't need it. Like, I'm okay with or without it. It's pretty good. If I'm craving a quesadilla on the side, like, that's dope. Do they have the best quesadilla? No. Does anyone else really have a great quesadilla? Not really, other than, like, Del Taco, maybe. But even then, it's a quesadilla. It's hard to f*** up. It is what it is. You're eating cheese inside of a tortilla. It's hella good.
With chicken.
Fine. I haven't had their chicken, so that's a problem.
Their chicken's very good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like fried. It's not like fancy fried chicken. It's more like standard. Mm-hmm. It's like the best version. Remember when I talked about earlier, like Dairy Queen is like, what do you think of a chicken tender? Mm-hmm. It's basically the best version of that, but like not like a fancy one. But like you can also you can ask for it to be seasoned. You can dip it. Like their sauces are all really good as well. So
okay, yeah, I got to try that. I unfortunately didn't. So
That's
I've
fair.
only been twice, and I think that my rating might change if I've gone more. But from my perspective, the value and the variety is top notch. Only thing is, I wish like the burger tasted better and some of these individual things tasted better, but I can't really expect that for the price that I paid. That's just a deal and a half, right?
It's like almost cheaper than it's cheaper than an In-N-Out meal, or like very comparable.
Oh, easy, yeah. For me, with that being said, for Cookout falls. It's in the second to highest tier. It's not S tier.
S tier.
It's not S tier.
S tier, Hugo.
But I've only been twice. So it'll be higher. But I would say A tier. It's top 5 for me. But
your S tier is really small, so that's fair.
But I don't know if I put it above Wendy's or not. I think I would. I would just need to eat it like one more time, and it would just be a given.
Okay.
But yeah, that's where I would be at. I might even put my S tier is kind of lonely. I might put Shake Shack there. I think Shake Shack is that good.
Because my S tier currently is Cookout, Wendy's, Portillo's, Popeyes, Taco Bell. That's my S
Taco
tier.
Bell and S. Oh,
I love Taco Bell.
Yeah.
I love Taco Bell. But also, again, that's not considering any of the removals that they had recently. So
yeah. So typically my S tier only has 3. Like
that's crazy.
Wendy's was former S tier. Cane's was former S tier. He wwho shall not be named, that one place is S tier based
Wiener
on
Schnitzel?
taste sometimes. the bigots. But otherwise, yeah, I could see Shake Shack making the cut. I think I'm comfortable.
Because for you, it's what, In-N-Out, Popeyes is your only S tier right now.
And then I think I added Shake Shack. I'm adding Shake Shack.
Shake Shack or like Culver's, right? Probably.
Just Shake Shack. I think Shake Shack is superior. Culver's is really good though. That could change if I had more of it. But yeah, I want to have more Cookout, dude. After you described it, I definitely want to give it more of a shot. But that's not going to happen for a while. But
yeah. So I'm just going to really quickly look through my list and see what I would add, or not add, but like change. Because like I think I'm happy with my top 5. I'm definitely happy with my top tier because I think Wendy's is amazing. I have a soft spot for Cookout. I can imagine like the older I get, the worse Cookout gets. But like I'm a so like Cookout's so good. Portillo's is amazing. Popeyes is amazing. Taco Bell's great. Is Firehouse this high? I don't think so. It's so good, but I don't think it's that high. I put it like, it's definitely better than Chipotle. Is it better than Five Guys? I didn't have I haven't had Shake Shack enough to really know if it's higher than Five Guys. Again, Harvey's does get a bump because I can eat it, whereas I can't eat In-N-Out. But In-N-Out literally changed the way I cook burgers, so I'll give it a bump. People are gonna be mad that I put it over Shake Shack, but that's okay. Still worse than Five Guys IMO. I think A&W's really solid. Maybe below Cane's though. I love Checkers. Chat, what do you think? Just don't say anything about Chick-fil-A because I'm just gonna like slap y'all. Do I also recommend the 4 for $4 from Wendy's? Yes. 4 for $4, get a half and half Frosty. So get nuggets, junior bacon cheeseburger, fries, and then you can get 6 more nuggets because it's actually cheaper than the 10-piece nugget combo, and you get a burger with it. I love White Castle. The thing about White Castle, I understand it's like probably objectively like here at best, but like I love White Castle. I don't know why. I just the concept of having a small burger, like there's restaurant on Clemson. It was like a Chili's, but it was like a smaller Chili's, like a Chili's 2 type of thing. And like I would always just get their sliders because I love sliders. Like sliders as a concept are just fun, and I love them. And I love eating little burgers, and I like eating 4 of them. I love Checkers. I think Checkers is so underrated overall. Like people hate it, and it's definitely so bad for you. But like, damn, Checkers is good. I love Checkers. It's so cheap. I think I'm happy with this list. Firehouse is fire. Qdoba is better than Chipotle. I'll put in an... do I want to have them right next to each other? I don't like having things like this right next to each other because people get mad. Oh, you're saying drop it, make it lower. Fine, I'll make it lower than Dunkin' Donuts. Is that better? Is this better? Chat? Is that better? Is this okay for you? Okay, cool.